Oh, yeah. Yeah. What is up? Welcome to the comfy as all heck KillJoy Jake stream. Welcome. I'm your host as always, Fredward. What's up, everybody? Let's, you know what? I'm digging this music. Let's just keep it going. Let's keep it going. What's up, everybody? Scream Red, Conrad is here. What's up? Mr. Kurt Cobain. What's up? How's it going? 555 AAA is here, looking pretty sus. Hey, how's it going? What's up? Hey, with more wise than necessary. I love it though. Good stuff. I am hyped up on coffee today, so it's gonna be a crazy effing stream. Minute 30 in. We're in minute 30 in. Crazy fucking stream. Gangster Bro is here. What's up? Howdy hey. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for hanging out with old Comfy Jake today. Tom is here too. What's up, Tom? Hoping for there to be a trailer for the new Scream movie when they bring Scream 2 to theaters. Me too, Tom. That would be sick. I don't know if I've told you this or not, but I love your profile picture. I want one of those masks so bad. I see him at Spirit Halloween every year, and I just never pull the trigger. I'm doing it. I'm getting one. I'm getting one of the masks. Screw it. Jess Mess is here. What's up? Howdy hey. Hope you're doing better, my dude. Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling all the better. Insane question: if Iron Mike Tyson challenged Michael Myers to a boxing match at Halloween night, who would win? Well, Halloween night, so it's Michael's time to kill. There's so many questions I have to respond to this. Is Michael Myers, is he armed? Is Mike Tyson armed, or is this just a straight up boxing match? I have so many questions. I need some more information. Michael Myers. I can't even say that without laughing. Michael Myers, Meat Rider, is here. It's just casually saying hello. Hi. What's up, Michael Myers, Meat Rider? Jesus. My God. Just putting that all out there. I love it. Pteractyl is saying 4 ghost faces versus Michael Myers. I see, like, we saw entire townsfolk of Haddonfield try to go up against Michael Myers. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like Michael wins this just based off of what I've seen. He's more than a man, as we know. Thoughts on the last, good question. Thoughts on the last Exorcism. Same director as Pray for the Devil, coming out soon. Can't wait to see it. And DGG's Exorcist trilogy. The first will probably be decent. I don't know about a trilogy though. You know, James, that's what I'm starting to think about. The DGG's Halloween movies. The first one's good. No, I like Halloween Kills. Honestly, I do. It's a step down from Halloween 2018 in my opinion, but I still really enjoy it. I think it's really cool. It loses me at the end a little bit, but Halloween Kills is still a lot of fun. I'm hoping Ends is good too, but I think you may have a point about the Exorcist trilogy. I think maybe the first one will be good, but I don't know if a trilogy of films is necessary, but we'll have to see. But talking about The Last Exorcism, I love this movie. Very underlooked or overlooked, underappreciated little found footage flick that I appreciate. You really don't know what the heck's going on in that movie until like the very last 10 minutes. And I think it's really well written. I was invested the entire time just trying to figure out like what is happening. They never give you a clear answer, which I think is great. And then you find out and it's like, wow, oh shit. I love movies like that. I know some people probably would like it if it went a certain way, if you know what I'm saying, without spoiling anything. But they decided to go take a massive left turn, and I like that. I think it totally works too. I fucks with it, as the kids are saying. But welcome. Well, big collective hello to all of you wonderful people hanging out with me on this Thursday afternoon at 3 o'clock my time. How is it going? What do we want to talk about? So not too much crazy horror news today. Talked a little bit about a Kevin Williamson quote in my video earlier on Scream 6. But this is it's kind of a bit of a breather today, which I think is nice. So I decided to go live on Hangout, talk about horror and talk about some of the updates that we've been going through these past couple of days or so. And I think it's funny. We kind of got a breather from the new footage of Halloween Ends. It's like every day there's some new stuff. I'm not gonna lie, I was being a little complainy little bitch myself. That was me saying, hey, please stop giving us so much footage. Like every day there's something new. We're gonna see the whole movie by the time it's out. And you know what? I'm gonna relax because I'm just still excited to be getting a 13th Halloween movie this October. I'll stop complaining, but man, every day new footage. I'm like, guys, come on, don't give me the whole thing. I want to be surprised by something. And yes, Cody is throwing some stuff out there. Rest in peace to Coolio. This is really unfortunate stuff. Very sad passing. Coolio is, of course, the rapper who was in Leprechaun. I always forget the name of it. Go to the Hood? In the Hood? Leprechaun Returns to the Hood? No, that's not it. but yeah, he was in that. Rest in peace, unfortunately. He has since passed away. Very sad stuff. Very sad, unfortunately. Matt is here. What's up, Matt? How's it going? Saying, I just think that we have the exact same status quo that we did at 2018. The movie couldn't decide whether to focus more on Allison or Laurie. As a result, neither one of them had any real development. Oh, I don't know if I agree with that. I think 2018, how they develop Laurie is so different from any of the other movies. Like, we see a tortured soul that's been dealing with this for 40 years, where in the past it's never been dealt with that. Like, even in H2O, it's a much different portrayal of Laurie Strode than the 2018 version that is much darker and much more tragic, and I would argue maybe even more realistic, too. I will say Allison, I wish there was a little more focus on Allison between the course of these past two movies. I do agree with you there that I feel like maybe Allison's story is a little underdeveloped throughout 2018 in Kills. I could have used more, especially in Kills. I don't like... Allison was in that movie. That's the, you know what I mean? Obviously, she's in it a bit, but like I just feel like she's not really doing much in Kills. So I agree with you there. Allison could use some more. I hope this movie focuses a little more on Allison as well as Laurie. But I feel like Laurie's been pretty well developed in this timeline. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but. What would be the overall reaction when Michael Myers is unmasked and it's Jack Black? Oh my god, I'd lose my mind. That'd be hilarious. It's Jack Black the whole time. Nosferatu. Like SpongeBob, that would be great. I would love that. That'd be awesome. Daniel, I'm seeing Smile tonight. Looking forward to see Halloween Ends. Love the fact that Laurie was struggling with her wounds. It felt real to me. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I like the portrayal of Laurie. I like it in this new movie. I kind of like it better than even H2O or anything like that. That's one of the strongest aspects of this new timeline, I think, is Laurie's portrayal in all these movies. I also love James Jude Courtney as Michael. He's also a great addition. He's probably my favorite Michael actor out of all of these, out of everybody. And there's been some really great performances from Michael actors in the past throughout some of these movies. So it's tough. That's a tough thing to say so confidently. But honestly, yeah, I think James Jude Courtney is my favorite. So. If I am talking faster than usual, by the way, this is my third coffee I've had today. This is the size of my fucking head. So once again, Jake is feeling it. I'm uploading a video to my second channel right now. I just on the fly made it. I think it's already posted. It goes up in like 5 minutes. So I'm fucking vibing right now. I feel amazing. I got some sleep last night. I don't know why I'm telling you all of this, but I just feel great. It's awesome. So. A lot of people are saying Smile was awesome. Fuck yeah, I'm going to see it in just a couple of hours. And I'll have a review for you guys tomorrow morning on this. This will be my video for tomorrow. And then I'm trying to think what I'm doing. What's the plan? What's the play for the weekend? Well, I'm trying to... What's the name of this channel? Okay, so I'm going to... Giving you the schedule for tomorrow. Doing a video on Smile, of course. That's going to be up tomorrow morning. I'm going to see it tonight. Very excited for it. I may see it twice again, like Barbarian. I have a feeling I'm in for a good movie here. But the last two movies I went to see at theater were kind of meh. Actually, pretty bad. Jeepers Creepers Reborn and Don't Worry, Darling, which I was pretty meh about both. I wasn't a big fan. But I'm excited for Smile. I think this one's gonna blow everything else out of the water. I've got a feeling. I've got a feeling. Ba, 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 ba. As you can see, I can't sing either. So there you go. But talking about Smile, I'm excited for this movie. Can't wait for that. I'll have a live stream tomorrow night after the Lethal Collective, and then I'm gonna be on the Nightmare Corner channel. I believe that's the name of this channel. And we're gonna be streaming. We're gonna be booping, gooping, talking about a bunch of stuff. It's gonna be great, so check that out as well. I unfortunately just keep blowing them off because I keep getting busy, and I felt so bad. I'm like, listen, nothing is going to stop me from being there 10 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow night. It's gonna happen, Nightmare Corner. We're doing it. So I will be there tomorrow night. It's gonna be fun. The hash-slinging slasher versus Michael Myers. Make it happen, Blumhouse. See, Smells Like Teen Horror here is talking about the real, getting down into the nitty-gritty of what Halloween fans want. The crossover we've all been looking for. I love that. I love it. The hash-bringing, sash-ringing. Oh, I love it. My Way of Life is saying, what would you do creatively if you were in charge of a new Friday the 13th film? Ooh, this is actually a great question. To me, I feel so differently about every franchise. Like, I'm so much so to the point where I'm like, most people are going to disagree with me about some future future movies in certain franchises. But Friday the 13th has always strived the most when it was doing something familiar, but just tweaked one little thing and changed it just a little bit. And in my opinion, that's why that franchise went on for so long. Like, every single movie, even in those first four that are so similar, they do something just a little different every single time, and it keeps you invested right from the get-go, because you're like, what's going on here? Like, what is happening in this movie? This is so different. This wasn't exactly the same as the last movie. It's a little off, it's a little different. They've tweaked it a bit. And even though, yes, those first four movies are kind of the same setup every single time, like I said, they turn just one little knob a little more or a little less. So I would honestly take the same approach. Don't fix it if it ain't broke. Sometimes that's what I say. Like, if I'm talking about the Scream franchise, I want to be twisting like every dial, cranking the machine and all that. Like, if we're talking about the Scream franchise, different story. But with Friday, I almost want to keep like similar setup. Summer camp vibes, they have a Jason out there. I like big Jason, like big scary Jason with the hockey mask. Definitely my favorite. Like a Derek Mears version of the character. I would love that, but have a similar setup, like camp counselors at Camp Crystal Lake, but like change up the characters is maybe the big thing I would change. That's the one that would be the knob I would change, because maybe the weakest part of all the Friday films is the characters, and when there is a character that stands out, it's really memorable. I mean, Tommy Jarvis, for instance, I think is a really standout character in all the movies he's featured in. So to me, I would do something like that. I would put a big focus on writing really good characters, like really interesting camp counselor characters all across the board. That would be my big focus, while having everything else feel familiar, but not exactly the same. That would be the big thing I would demand. I would demand that is some really good characters to keep you invested and to really just feel bad when they die. Like, I want you to fall in love with some characters. In a Friday the 13th film, you might be saying to yourself, Jake, that might be the impossible, but it can be done. It can be done. There are, like Tommy Jarvis, like I was saying, there are some characters that stand out where you're like, oh, I like this guy. I like this guy, or I like this girl. Ginny, too. I love Ginny. Have just a whole cast of characters like that would make a perfect Friday the 13th film, I think. Just my opinion. I do like the movies where he's in Manhattan for, fucking 10 minutes and on a boat for the rest of the time, but I enjoy that movie. I think it's a so bad it's good, for sure. Jason X, so bad it's good, too, for sure. But I'm definitely someone who, with the Friday franchise, I like the earlier ones the best. Like, I think like 1 through 7 are great. I love those movies. The rest of them are good too, but those are the ones I come back to the most. So that's what I would do personally. I'm hoping the 3 different endings have a choose your own adventure type of endings. For example, Laurie wins in one ending, Michael wins in another, and the third ending has both Michael and Laurie die. Jacob, this would be awesome. Like, I would go nuts for this. Even if the movie's like a mid, like it is a critically acclaimed mid movie, 5 out of 10. I think this would like elevate it to way new heights if they did something like that. Yeah, it's a gimmick, for sure. I can't argue with that. But man, maybe it just doesn't take that much to impress me. But I think that would be fucking awesome. Even if the endings were like, whatever. But like, no movie does shit like this. Like, that's so fucking cool. I mean, obviously, like Clue did that back in the day. But to do that in the modern day with, because this is a movie that's going straight to streaming as well as to theaters too. To do that both ways, different endings on both platforms. If you go to the theaters, it ends one way. If you watch it on Peacock, it ends another way. And just don't say anything about that. That would be fucking huge. That would be a crazy thing we'd all be talking about. I'm sure some people would hate that too, but no matter what, we'd be talking about it. That's the big thing. We'd be talking about how weird and crazy that was. And I think that would just make Ends stand apart from everything else we've gotten in the past for that reason. That would be really cool to me. I don't know. I'm personally all about that. Do you have high expectations for the new Exorcist film? Here's the thing. To preface this, the original Exorcist is one of my all-time favorites. Is it the scariest movie ever made? I don't know. That's arguable. I think at the time, yes. Nowadays, maybe not as much, because I do think some movies have topped it. Just my personal opinion. I know some people are diehard Exorcists. Like, nothing is ever going to top that. That's some people's opinions. I respect it. It's a scary fucking movie. I love it. I think it still holds up today, very much so. And I really enjoy it. Like I said, the top 10 horror films of all time, The Exorcist is on there somewhere for me. I love it. I think it's a really well-made film. But it's not like the Halloween franchise where you need like 100 sequels. Most of the sequels to The Exorcist already are pretty meh, like I could do without them. Exorcist 3, though, pretty fucking solid. Love that movie. That one is the first film in the franchise, though, to really dive out of its comfort zone a bit. 2 is a little too familiar, in my opinion. Does some things that are a little too close to the original, but it's different too. But I don't know. The Heretics, I'm not the biggest fan of it. Apparently, Knight from the Night Watch Zone loves that movie, though. So all the power to him. All the power to him for that one. But I just don't like. The other thing is, I love the team of people working on this new Exorcist film, too. Like, David Gordon Green, I think, has done a pretty damn good job with the Halloween films. Not everything's perfect. I think that Halloween Ends is... I don't know if I'm going to like Halloween Ends as much as 2018, but I also don't think it's going to be, what's the way to say this? I don't think it's going to be as divisive as Kills was. Like, I think most people are going to like it. Like, 70% of people are going to like it. I'm going to say. But I think David Gordon Green's style works really well with the Halloween franchise because it's always been a little goofy. It's always been a little corny. And if you don't believe me, go back and watch that original one with Dr. Loomis running around screaming. And in the second one, I shot him 6 times. I shot him in the heart. And I fucking love in the first movie, he's goofy too. He's screaming at Lonnie, scaring the fuck out of kids, running around a neighborhood. Think about how goofy that is. This fucking man who's like this crazy doctor obsessed with one of his patients and just like running up to kids, scaring them. He's fucking crazy. I love him. Donald Pleasance is amazing in those movies. But I think David Gordon Green's style works really well with Halloween for that reason. It's a little goofy, it's campy, and it's scary. It's got a lot of things going for it. I love the Halloween franchise. But the Exorcist films, I don't know how his style is going to translate to that because I'm not expecting him to change that up. I'm not expecting him to change. I'm expecting these movies to be a little goofy, and I don't know how that's going to work because the original Exorcist is pretty much straightforward horror. It's got like a joke here and there, for sure, like it does. But that's not like a big takeaway from the original Exorcist. It's all the things that scare you, which I would argue actually isn't even the religious stuff. I would argue it's much more of the horror aspect of it really gets going when you see Reagan at the hospital and all these big machines, the super loud noises and all that shit. That's fucking terrifying. It's a really awful sensory experience, and I mean that in the best way possible. That start up to the horror, like once you get about like 20-30 minutes into The Exorcist. Because you're also introduced to Reagan McNeil as this super nice like little girl, and she's just so sweet. She's so nice to her mother. You get this immediate sense that they have this great relationship, even though the mom's really busy. Ellen Burstyn's amazing in that movie as well, and she's coming back for these new movies too. She's like 80 something. She's coming back for these movies. That's impressive. I'll say that for sure. That's really impressive to me. That's fucking awesome, and I'm gonna see it just for that. But I'm concerned that David Gordon Green's style isn't going to work here because this is something maybe even further out of his comfort zone than Halloween was. I remember a lot of people being like, really? The guy that did like all those stoner comedies from like the thousands? You're telling me he's going to do the Halloween franchise? And then Halloween 2018 was this big hit. Love it or hate it, a lot of people did like it and it made a shit ton of money. I really do. I dig it, man. But I just don't know if it's going to work here. We'll have to see. So... And Danny brings up a really good point here. It's not just David Gordon Green who's coming over from Blumhouse's Halloween stuff to Blumhouse's Exorcist stuff. We also have the amazing Christopher Nelson, who did the effects on the Halloween films, also doing the makeup and effects for The Exorcist too. That's really fucking exciting. And I don't know. There's a lot of things to be excited about. There's also this rumor that Jamie Lee Curtis is going to be voicing Pazuzu. That's not confirmed. It's just a kind of whack rumor right now. I think that would be fucking awesome. Like, I personally think that would be sweet, but I just don't know if David Gordon Green's style is going to work here, especially if they have like Danny McBride writing again. I'm sure he's responsible for all the goofiness we saw in Kills and 2018, which is not a bad thing in my opinion. It's a great touch that really works with those movies. Like I've said before, these have always been a little goofy. I don't know. I've seen a lot of people complaining that Halloween 2018 and Kills are too goofy. I'm like, man, are you not laughing when you're watching Dr. Loomis on screen? I'm cracking up. This guy's fucking insane. Like, it's awesome. especially in Halloween 2. Like, watching Halloween... I just watched Halloween 2 again last night, and Dr. Loomis... Like, if you thought Dr. Loomis's performance is crazy in the 78 movie, fucking Halloween 2, he is bonkers. He is on fire in that movie. That may be my favorite Donald Pleasance performance from the Halloween films, just entirely, because he's so fucking nuts in Halloween 2. He's got his gun out and all that, like, with these cops. That's so ridiculous. Like, what? I don't know. I love it. I think it totally works. It's always been goofy. There's been some points where it's not so goofy. Rob Zombie's Halloween, great point. Case in point right there. We've taken a lot of different turns with this franchise, but I fucking love it. I think that's what's so cool about this. It's we were talking about choose your own adventure shit earlier. That's what this whole franchise is. It's like a choose your own adventure with all these different routes and timelines and different dimensions and what the fuck not. And you can go down whatever route you want to go down. Whatever movie marathon you want to do. That's what's so special about this franchise to me. Why does Dr. Loomis never take responsibility for letting Michael loose? Ooh, this is a really good point. And killing Ben Tramer. Also, I doubt Dr. Loomis had a gun permit. Right? Like, that to me is just so silly and outrageous. It's like, oh my god, dude, what? I love these movies. It's very funny. There's a line with Sheriff Brackett in 2 about this, which I think is interesting. He says something along the lines of like, you let him out, and then there's just this like silence, and he's like, no, I didn't let him out. That wasn't me. It's almost like he stumbles on his words a bit. Loomis, it's almost like he feels bad. It's like he feels responsible for this, but he's like, no, it wasn't me. He's still talking to a cop after all, and this is the guy that just went out and killed a bunch of fucking kids, including his daughter, the guy he's talking to. So there you go, man. I don't know. I've always thought that there's been this like silly edge to these movies, while it is still maintaining a serious tone with some other aspects of it, of course, like Laurie Strode's character, very well written, very serious, has this nice drama angle, and it's like a tragedy too, obviously. I don't know. I've always loved these. I've always loved this. And yeah, here's another thing. Lily makes a great point too. Ben Tramer's death is funny. It is very ridiculous and very funny. Why would that car explode? A car fucking explodes, and it's just like some fucking 17-year-old kid they just accidentally murdered. Jesus Christ. It's funny, but it's like, it's also, that's kind of the point. It's over the top. It's ridiculous. Obviously shit like that wouldn't actually happen in the situation, but it's fine. Like, that's the point of these movies. They're a little over the top. I don't know. I just, when I see people saying they're like, oh, they're these, perfectly well-crafted, serious, dramatic masterpieces. No, they're not. Like, they're very goofy, very B-movie-esque, but that's why I love them. Like, the first Halloween's a 5-star movie to me. 10 out of 10, wouldn't change a thing. It's great. But it has that identity to it as well. It's not like this super serious, most terrifying horror film of all time. It has that edge to it as well. It's got that goofiness to it that makes it work. It makes it work. It makes it stand out from the rest of the things at the time too. So I love it. YouTube Lover is talking about, I'm looking forward to Scream 6 for that new setting. Dude, me too, man. Oh, I'm very excited for that. Talked a little bit about that in today's video. I mean it when I say the Scream franchise can go on forever. I mean, there is so much that they could do with these new characters. Ghostface, I fucking love. I love the idea of taking all that to New York City too. When all these rumors were coming out that, oh, this is gonna be a college film again, that it was gonna be called Scream 2. I was getting so worried they were just gonna take our characters to Windsor again, and it was gonna be like same old, just like Scream 2. But the fact that we're going to be in New York City this time around. There's so much you can do with that. We're going to be on a college campus too. There's even more things you can do with that. And we're apparently rumored it's going to be taking place around Halloween time. So there is so much. There are so many tools up this creative department's sleeve. I don't know what we're going to get. Like, there's so much shit to talk about when it comes to Scream 6. This movie can look like anything right now. And that's really intriguing to me. That's really, really intriguing, really exciting shit. I can't, and what the hell is it called? The tram, the train, whatever the fuck, the subway system. I couldn't think of that word. The subway sequence, whatever that's going to be. I hope it's a chase scene, but whatever it's going to be, I think it's going to be dope. What else do we got here? What else do we got? See, I think the third ending should be John Tate, Jamie Lloyd, and Karen suddenly showing up at the end and destroy Michael together. Laurie goes insane because these are her kids, and yet not her kids. I'd be down to explore this angle with like the Thorn trilogy characters a little more in like something else. I just don't know if it would randomly, like, that just feels a little random to me. It feels a little well, I guess there's a lot of things about ends that feels random to me, but Corey Cunningham for biggest example. But I would love to see like Danielle Harris, for instance, come back for a new Halloween film at some point in the future in a brand new timeline. This is its own thing, you know, obviously. We've known that from the beginning, and I love that. But I really I think if they're gonna do the Danielle Harris thing again, they're gonna continue that storyline at some point. Do it in a new timeline. Do a new thing with that. Because the other thing is you're expecting the general audience to have seen a movie that was not super popular from the past. That's 4, 5, and Curse, which I just feel like that's asking a lot, especially because, I mean, it's to the point where we're asking, what was I going to say? It's gotten to the point where there's so many movies in this franchise. You can't just continue like little things like that because people won't be able to follow. The general audience won't be able to follow it. Like I'm sure people who have watched these movies a million times will go and they might see something like that and be like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. But the general audience wouldn't be into that, which is why I just feel like a studio wouldn't go into production for a movie so specific like that, which is unfortunate. I'll say that for sure. That makes me sad. It does make me sad because I would love to see, like in the Saw franchise too, like people want to see the Hoffman story continue. Did he survive? Maybe, but I doubt we'll ever get a movie in the future that continues that story or makes it a focal point. It could be something in the background, for sure, for like, oh, blink or you'll miss it kind of Easter egg, like Hoffman's still alive or something. Just like how the Kirby thing was in the last film. But Kirby was also a main character in that last movie, and I just feel like you know who Hayden Panettiere is. So if she's coming back, you don't need too much explanation. There's a lot of explanation if they're to bring back Jamie Lloyd into something like this, which is like, holy shit, there's a lot going on there, I guess. With Hayden Panettiere, you just need to explain that, oh yeah, Kirby got stabbed, but her fate was never confirmed in 4. That's it. That's all you need to know about Kirby coming back for 6. And that to me, that's fine. Like that totally works to me. That's a little thing. That's a little tiny, minute detail that probably won't be the entire focus of Scream 6, but a big chunk of it as well. So we'll have to see. Thoughts on Bald Chucky? You know, I'm not surprised they're going with this angle. For the Chucky TV series. I see, like me personally, I really like Cult. I know some people just despise that film, and I get it, it's out there, but I fuck with it, man. Curse and Cult are great additions to the franchise. I really mess with those movies. They're very fun. To me, Curse and Cult feel like you're mixing everything great about the franchise before it. It's almost like an overture of everything the Chucky franchise has done. You have the campiness and silliness of both Bride and Seed in there. You know, that's definitely laced into the Curse and Cult movies, maybe much more so Cult. But then you also have like the more gothic horror storytelling that like that original movie specifically had, while also diving into some of the like the mild, I don't want to say mild humor of the second one. That's not what I want to say. But the zaniness, there we go, zaniness. Is that a word? I don't fucking know. The zany-like nature of the second and third film, also in Curse and Cult, which I love. I love those movies a lot. So that new season's trailer, although it had some very weak points in my opinion, it looks like season 2 has some cool things for the fans, and that's always great. The one thing I can give to that show is the nuances are amazing. 10 out of 10. Easter eggs, references, callbacks to shit from the past. I like that they're implementing the whole like Tiffany stuff into the background for Charles Lee Ray. We're getting to see that in the show, which one other strong aspect of the show to me. I really like that. So that's pretty cool. How would you feel about Lorraine Gary and Richard Dreyfuss returning for a Jaws requel? I know some people are like, do not touch Jaws with a 6-foot pole. Don't do it. But I think they could do a requel. If they do a remake, I'm just gonna be straight up. I'm not even interested. Like, I would not want to see a remake of Jaws. There's no way you're going to do that even close to the original. Just like how if they were to remake The Exorcist, there's no way. There's just no way they could remake it. A requel could work, depending on what they do. It's all about execution, but I really enjoy that first movie. Obviously, the sequels are not much to write home about, but they could do a requel with Jaws. I think it's a possibility. It's a shame that we don't have the other 2 cast members who have since passed away, which is very sad. But I could see it happening. I don't know if it would be like great or anything like that. I don't know if it would be like the greatest horror movie ever made. I don't know about that. It's not going to top the original. But if they were to do it, I would definitely check it out. And I feel like Universal would probably give it to someone like Blumhouse or something like that to ultimately make it something decent. I think it would be, that's what I would think. It would be decent. It would be better than all the other sequels, probably. But it wouldn't even come close to the original, I don't think. It would be fun, though. It would be like, hey, okay, that was cool. I bet it would have some cool kills. You know, I bet the shark would get some dope kills and shit. So, but yeah, nervous by the Exorcist movies next year. And here's another thing I want to go off of. I would almost rather Blumhouse do that. I would almost rather them do a new trilogy of like Jaws requel films than Exorcist, because like at least Jaws is kind of set up like a slasher, and David Gordon Green's style would work so much more with a Jaws requel, in my opinion, than an Exorcist one. Because like that's another movie that's very goofy. That's very goofy and very campy, but it totally works and it's critically acclaimed. It's probably a weird opinion. I could see people scratching their heads with that one, being like, I don't know, Jake, but if you're watching Jaws and that guy on the pier when Hooper's all like, it's a tiger shark. A what? That's so funny. That's so goofy. It's so campy. There's a lot of moments like that in that movie. I feel like David Gordon Green's style might work with a requel to Jaws. But like I said, remake, no way. No way. Not going to happen. Matt saying, just have it be a sequel to Halloween 4. That's still a thing that I feel like the studios would hear that and be like, like they're, we have a lot of people pitching that Season of the Witch. We should do a Season of the Witch continuation too. That's another one that is on the brain recently. And as much as I would love a continuation to Season of the Witch, I also just feel like that would never happen. Like I would go bananas for a Season of the Witch continuation. I love that movie. I think it's so underrated. It shouldn't be a part of the Halloween franchise, but it's great. I fucking love that movie a lot. I don't think it'll ever happen though, because the studios are just looking at like, well, you released that back in the 80s and it didn't do all that well. Halloween 4, to my knowledge, also didn't do like crazy good and isn't like the biggest Halloween movie ever, but I would love for all these things to happen. This would be fucking sick. I would lose my mind if they did something like a continuation to 4 or a continuation to 3. I would lose my mind. Totally. But I just don't know if the studios would ever go for something like that, which is a shame. But that is why we have fan films, too, don't forget. So there are some awesome fan films out there that I feel like people overlook. There is, in fact, speaking of that, there is a Season of the Witch fan film coming out that is supposed to be like essentially the requel to Season of the Witch. And I'm very interested. Obviously, it's going to be low budget. I'm not expecting this thing to look as good as the David Gordon Green movies, but I'm expecting it to be cool. Okay, maybe that could work, because the studio might hear the kids on bikes shit and be like, oh, it's like Stranger Things. That made a lot of money. Isn't that unfortunate? Isn't that unfortunate that that's how we have to pitch things for movies to get made? It's got to sound like something else that was successful. It's a shame, but I feel like that actually could potentially work. Like if someone pitched a sequel to Halloween 4 that sounded like something popular right now, I'm sure the studio might. I'm not sure, actually. The studio might go after that a little more. But with the studio, you gotta promise them somehow that there's gonna be money in their fingertips by the end of this movie coming out, which I feel like that's the only way you're gonna get something like that made. So it's not impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible, because stranger things have happened. See what I did there? But I would say it's unlikely, even though it could happen. I think a Jaws remake could work. Just don't show the shark at all. People might get irritated by that with this generation. I would get very irritated with that if they didn't show the shark at all, because the original Jaws does the creature thing maybe the best. It's like the best way to do a creature feature is don't show it at first. Like you can't show me the shark right out the gate. Come on. That's like one of the coolest things about the movie. They show us a girl getting attacked and murdered in the water though. So something's out there, but it's about halfway through the film where you get the reveal, which is nice. Show us little glimpses of it every single time. A little more of it. Oh shit, that's the shark. That's, in my opinion, that's the best way to do a creature feature. Not showing it at all though. I don't know, man. I don't know if that would, I personally wouldn't be a fan of that. That's just too much of a change up. And why change something that was? It's another thing we were talking about. Like if it's not broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I feel like that would be a massive criticism of that. I personally feel. Even though that has worked in some other movies, like people fucking love the Blair Witch Project, even though nothing happens. But it's a beloved marketing campaign of any horror film ever. So for sure. The Life of Dave is saying, "What's up? It's 8:30 here." Oh, well, my good dude. You can't just say "what's up" without me playing this clip. What's up? What's up? I love it. 8:30 there, man. It's 3:30 here, man. I'm just middle of the day for old Jake. I'm just fucking vibing, man. Oh, just vibing. What's up, Tori? What's up? What's up? How's it hanging? Welcome to the stream. Hey, Jake, Ohio here too, and listening to you while at work. Well, hell yeah, B-Slayer. Enjoy your day at work. I hope you're chilling. Hope you're getting off soon. It's 3:30, so maybe you're done at like 5 or something like that. I hope you're chilling. I hope it's an easy day. And I hope you're enjoying this Ohio, the boringness, the boring essence of Ohio that we live in. There is nothing to do here, fun fact. That is why I'm a YouTuber. Jamie Lloyd is the manager of a K-pop band, and Michael's coming after them for his Disney food vlog. Oh my God. oh my God. That's funny. I love it. What's up, Jalen? What's up? Sup, my dude? How's it hanging? But yeah, I'm excited for Halloween Ends. I am. I think it's going to be good. I'm concerned, I keep talking about the Corey thing, but let's talk about some of the positives with Halloween Ends, because there are a lot of these. We're overlooking, I think some of the coolest aspects of this film, which is unfortunate. Fucking Laurie Strode it's going to be really cool to see Jamie Lee Curtis portray this character in such a different light than how she has in the last two films. I think that's really interesting to me, at least, because it might not make all that much sense. I've complained about that because it's like, dude, after 40 years, she couldn't get over the tragedy that, of course, was the 1978 murders. You're telling me 4 years later she's gotten over it. I don't know. It's tough for me to believe. I mean, you get the idea that over the course of these past 40 years, she never really sought help. It was actually a big focal point of the 2018 movie, and a lot of the things that was coming out of Karen's mouth the entire time was like, you need help, mom. Like, go get it. And that was talked about a lot. So maybe she has gotten help, and maybe that's the big difference in these 4 years than the past 40 years. So depending on how they execute it, it could work. It also looks like she's writing a memoir in that new teaser we got yesterday. So maybe that's part of her healing process, or something. Maybe they write in something like that. It's a big focal point of this new movie. I could see that being the case. That might work, depending on how they do it. But I'm just excited to see Jamie Lee Curtis doing something different. And yeah, I'm also pumped that Jamie Lee Curtis seems like the happiest she's ever been working on these movies. She deserves that towards the end of her career. And yes, Jamie Lee Curtis in real life just is so passionate and so emotional when it comes to this character too, which is wonderful. I love to see a passionate performance from anybody. Like, even if it's in something where I'm like, I'm just not, I don't know how good this is going to be, but I'm still excited for it. But yes, I'm just excited to see so many people so passionate about this franchise working on it. So that's always exciting to me. Legion coming in with a $2 super chat. Legion, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. Saying, how is Red Right Hand coming along? It's going good. I'm going to be completely honest with you. The reason I have so much energy today is because the Red Right Hand people had to take a little bit of a break this week. We have been going hard since March of this year. Like, I have had not even 5 days off since March of this past year. It's been really, really busy. So we kind of took a little bit of a break this week. We're about maybe not even a third of the way done editing it right now, but after this next month, we should have it completely done, and no promises, but you will see a trailer by the end of next month. So there you go. You will see that. I'm really excited to bring it to you guys. I really think you're going to like it. It's going to be fun. This is a 2-year project coming to an end here this winter. So I'm really just fucking pumped for you guys to see it more than anything. It has been a stupid amount of work, but we've had some ups and downs, and most recently some ups. We found out that we can use a lot of the music we want to use without having to cover it, which is going to save me like a month's worth of time. Otherwise, I'd be like so stressed out and freaking out right now. I probably wouldn't be live right now. I'd be at Matt's editing this damn thing. But I'm just excited to bring you guys this crazy movie. It's something different for the Scream franchise. It's something that I think is just really it's kind of a necessary thing. Like I wanted to show what would a Scream movie what would a Scream movie be from the perspective of the killers? That was the big question I wanted answered with this movie, and I feel like we answered that pretty well, showing you some just really more fucked up imagery than you would ever see in a Scream film, which is typically from the point of view of your protagonist. So I think that's what people are going to really like about it and be like, oh, that's cool. Like, and you can kind of apply the same things that happen to our characters to like Billy Loomis or Stu Macher or Jill Roberts. And then be going through that movie and be like, I wonder if Jill had this thought or whatever, because that was something in Red Right Hand. It's a movie that I really want people to talk about and think about too. I want to make you think from the perspective of Billy Loomis and dive into his head, what was going on there. That was a big point of this movie. So I hope that's what people take away from it, and I hope people dig how schlocky and gory it is too, because it's fucking gross. Let me tell you. I had a comment today from somebody saying that they don't like gross movies, and all I could think to myself was, man, they are not going to like Red Right Hand. There is some gross. Every bodily fluid you could imagine is in Red Right Hand. You think I'm joking? Wait until you see it. Locked is saying, though, for the love of God, I'm so ready for Friday the 13th news. I need some Jason. Yes, Locked. I don't know if you were here, but we were talking a little bit about what we would do with the Friday the 13th franchise, and I'm just so excited for a new one, baby. Like, I'm really excited. Can't wait to get it. The Rookie Critic has been doing a lot of fan film reactions. I've been a part of a lot of them. We were looking forward to Red Right Hand. Is it okay if we react to it? Abso-fucking-lutely. Everyone can react to it if they want. Justin, go ahead. Make a... I can't answer that question, Justin, by the way, without spoiling anything. But yes, absolutely. Everyone has permission to do whatever the fuck they want with the movie. It's like... for everybody. That's the point. It's for the fans. That's why we're doing it in the first place. And Legion is saying, with another $2 super chat, Legion, you are the MVP so far of this stream. Thank you, my guy. Saying, will there be lots of blood and gore in Red Right Hand? Abso-fucking-lutely. You know, I tweeted this already, so I can tell you about this. I haven't shown there is nothing. I have not shown you nothing about what this scene specifically will be in the movie, but we used an entire 55-gallon drum of fake blood for a scene in this movie. I can't tell you what that scene's going to be, but I can assure you it will be a talking point after the movie. It will be, if you take away nothing else from Red Right Hand, it will be this one scene I'm talking about. And if you're like, Jake, can you at least tell us where this scene is in the movie? I guarantee you, if you watch the whole thing, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. And yes, we used like an entire 55-gallon drum of blood. It was I want to talk about it more, but I can't. The scene is, I'm trying. It's so weird. It's so different. It's kind of my own. This was my own. Like, I had to have this scene in the movie. I had to have my one little bit of weirdness, my grossness in it, and that was it. So you'll know exactly what it is when you see it. And it totally works. It works with everything happening in the movie, with the Scream franchise. It's something that if I were to explain it to you, you might be like, why the fuck is that in a Scream movie? But it all works with the story, and you'll see why. Yeah. That sounds pretty sus to say, Jake. Bodily fluids. Every bodily fluid. Trust me. Yo. Oh, God, the things I want to say. I would do like a remake set of movies where we start with Sackhead Jason, and each movie he gets meaner and meaner until he's the Jason we know. Yes, that's kind of what I love about the remake itself, is just the fact that you see that progression with Jason. You see little baby Jason during those like opening credit shits or whatever, which I think is cool. You see Baghead Jason during the opening, and then he gets his hockey mask. It's kind of like a nice callback, you know? It's dope. I dig it. What's up? How's it going? King God Demio saying, hello, KillJoy Jake. Hope your day is going well. Thanks. I hope you're having a great day as well, too. Saying, I was just curious, where can I see Red Right Hand, and have you ever seen the film Satan's Little Helper? Well, Red Right Hand will be free for everyone to watch on December 20th of this year. If you're a patron, though, at literally any level, or if you supported us on Kickstarter, you will be able to see the movie a week early. And I would hope that, since all of you wonderful people who support me, if you're a channel member, Patreon supporter, Kickstarter supporter, whatever, just don't spoil it. You guys get to see it a week early. Just please don't spoil it. It's got a nice little twist at the end. We worked really hard on it. And by really hard, I mean we literally spent hours and hours coming down to who is the person that could be this person, which I can't reveal to you that either. There's a big mystery in the movie as well. And we went through every single character. We're like, would it make sense for this character to be this person? And we went through every single character. We went with the one that just made the most sense, that worked with the mystery. I think it's pretty cool. And I'll be honest, I'm not the only person who wrote the movie. It's Matt's. Matt was a big help in writing this thing. If Matt was not involved with this project, it would suck. And thankfully I have him too. He's amazing. My co-writer and director. He's awesome. He fucking killed it with this movie. He was so much help. I wouldn't have been able to do any of this shit without him. So he's great. You'll be able to see it for free though on December 20th this year. Blood, sweat, and tears into it, along with every single other bodily fluid, all of the fluids. Dude, listen, you think I'm joking right now. Every fluid. Name a fluid, it's in there. Everyone does need a mat, Justin. You're absolutely right. Are you ready for, what's up, Javon? I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. What's up, Javon? How's it going? Hey, my guy, Jake, what's up? Are you ready for Scream 6 more or Halloween Ends? Well, it's getting a little toasty in here, so let me take off this old hoodie real quick. But yes, I'm really excited for both. It's really, really tough to say which one I'm excited for more. I said on the stream the other day that I was more excited for Scream 6. Hot take. But I am really, I'm still pumped for Ends. Ends is going to be fucking dope, too. I think a lot of people are concerned about the Corey thing, but it could work. And if you've been watching this channel for a while, you're probably sick of hearing me saying that. But I really think it could work. The big thing about it, though, is we need something to bring Laurie and Michael together. And I pitched a few ideas. Should I just wear this thing around my neck the rest of the stream, like a hoodie scarf? I wonder if anyone would notice. Let me take this thing off. It's 1,000 degrees in here. Holy crap. Ugh. I was like, oh man, I'm so cold. I'm freezing cold, and now I'm so red. I'm sweating out of every orifice in my body. But I'm really excited for both. I think Scream 6 may be the better film here. That's just my early predictions. And I also know a lot more about Ends too, so it's almost kind of not even a fair comparison. But I'm more excited for Scream 6. But I do think Halloween Ends is going to be a banger. I think it's going to be good. It has the potential to, at least. They could fuck it up. But if they do the Corey thing right, it's gonna fuck. I think it's gonna absolutely fuck. And I'm just excited for both, man. But Scream 6, if this is the middle between Scream 6, Halloween Ends, I'm a little here. I'm here. But I'm excited for both. I love me some Michael though, So Alex is here. What's up, Alex? How's it going? Hello from Cincinnati. Great city, by the way. You guys have some awesome chili. If you could own any piece of Scream memorabilia from any movie in the franchise, what would it be? That's actually pretty tough. I would own a follicle, that's the right word. A follicle of Timothy Oliphant's hair. Because my God, that man is handsome. That's what I would want. Well, welcome to the stream, Alex, though. Welcome. Alex from Cincinnati, everybody. Round of applause. Cincinnati, by the way, every city in Ohio is more interesting than Cleveland, let me tell you. Columbus and Cincinnati are so much more fun than Cleveland. There is nothing to do in Cleveland. I can't stress that enough, if you guys weren't sure about that in the first place. Sunu Puppy is saying, was hoping for an Elm Street prequel TV show. Ooh. I'm sure Netflix would do amazing with Mike Flanagan or James Wan directing. Oh my God. That is like dream team right there, talking about fucking continuing the Elm Street shit. I would love to see James Wan do it, personally. I love Mike Flanagan, and he's amazing, but he's definitely someone that leans much more towards ghost stories. Not that Freddy, technically isn't a ghost, but I just think James Wan's style might work a little better with Nightmare, especially with what he did with Malignant. Watching Malignant again, it's so similar setup-wise to a Freddy Krueger movie, or even tone-wise, too. So I'm really excited to see. I would really love to see James Wan doing something like that. He's attached to 100 projects right now, so I have no idea what he does next. But I'm just excited for whatever he has to throw at us. I'm there. I'm fucking there, man, because Malignant was such a great surprise last year. I'm just down for whatever, horror wise, that is. Jalen throwing in $5. Thank you so much, Jalen. I greatly appreciate the support. Saying, what's your dream Scream setting? What is the dream team for the Scream setting? I would personally love an amusement park third act. Great choice. Would love a Hall of Mirrors scene. Ooh. I love all of that. I love everything you just said, Jalen. That just made my entire day. This super chat made my entire day. I love the idea of an amusement park setting for the third act. Could you, man, now I'm starting to get sad because Scream 6 ending up at Coney Island or something like that would be fucking dope. But I love that idea. I love the amusement park setting. If going off of what we've already done. So we've been to Hollywood, we're going to New York, we've been to Woodsboro way too many fucking times. And we've been to Windsor, Ohio. Maybe the most boring location, and of course, I decide to set my fan film there. What do I know about the Scream franchise? But what I would love to see is maybe like a tropical setting, oddly enough. I would love to see them, speaking of amusement parks, going to Florida. I think, man, fucking Ghostface running around in Florida would be dope. But, my God, after wearing that Ghostface costume for so long, and I had to wear that costume for like 10 hours filming, 10 hours straight filming Red Right Hand. That thing gets fucking sweaty, even when you're in air conditioning. And the other costume, which I can't tell you about yet, portrayed by one of our other amazing actors or actresses. I can't reveal that yet. It was even sweatier. And I feel bad for that person who had to wear it throughout many shoots, many long shoots, wearing that thing for hours. I would love to see that though. But like I said, maybe it doesn't make sense to have a tropical setting with that fucking costume because my God, those things do not breathe, let me tell you. But regardless, I mean, okay, well, actually, we went to Hollywood, and it's fucking hot in Los Angeles sometimes. But Florida would be a cool setting, I think. Florida, tropical setting somewhere would be kind of sick. Love to see that. Totally unexpected, but great answer. I haven't really been to Cleveland since I've lived in Ohio. You're not missing much. Like, you're not missing much. You're really not. There's like nothing to do. But as the song would say that Justin is reminding me about, Cleveland rocks. Plus the Christmas Story house. We do have that. So if you're a big Christmas Story fan, come to Cleveland. But there's no other reason. We also have Barrios Tacos. Massive shout out to them. I eat their food all of the time. And it is fantastic, let me tell you. Get you a Barrio Taco, go to the Christmas Story house, and you have done Cleveland. Like, that is all you don't need to go to the Science Center. You don't need to go to the fucking Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You can see all that shit on the internet pretty much, and it's nothing crazy. Hot take, but yeah. Why am I going on this anti-Cleveland rant today? I was in this really positive headspace before doing this stream too. I'm like, I'm going to talk about horror movies. It's going to be a positive, happy stream, and I'm just shitting on Cleveland for some reason now. I couldn't tell you why. Malignant blew me away. Me too, man. I fucking loved Malignant from last year. I don't know. The opening scene of that movie too is so well written. It definitely loses me in the second act a little bit, but that third act is fucking amazing. Oh God. Annabelle Wallace in that movie, her performance is incredible. Ugh. Really great idea for a horror movie too. One of the most original horror films in the past 10 years, I think maybe. I loved Malignant. Slyman's corned beef. I've been living here all my life. I've never heard of that before. I'll have to check that out, Justin. Everyone hates where they live for the most part. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I would love to live in Boston though. I've only been to Boston once now, but I fucking loved it. Like, I think Boston was awesome. Lot of people. I love living in cities though. That's my thing. I love visiting my friends who live in cities because I get to pretend like I live in a city instead of middle of nowhere, Ohio. It's nice. Oscar Vision, what's up, Oscar Vision? I like your profile picture, my dude. Good picture. In my mind, I could see a Scream film in a Christmas setting, sort of like Black Christmas. I would fucking love that. I think that would be dope. Justin, that's so funny. I would totally dig this. I've seen this pitched a few times. This was actually an early draft of Red Right Hand. It was going to be set in the snow, but considering the time frame we had to film this thing, like, it couldn't happen. I actually wanted to set the whole thing around Christmas time, but we ended up setting it in like summertime ish, like start of a new semester of college, essentially. So like it basically takes place in like an August of 2021 too. But I think that would be fucking sick. A Christmas Scream film. Those themes would work really well together, I think. So that would be dope. I totally think that would work. A chase scene in the snow would be also fucking dope. Like blood on snow is such a nice aesthetic. I don't think that Wrong Turn 4 is a great movie, but the look of it is fucking sweet. Like it's not written all that well. It has a pretty cool twist at the end though that I like. But it's oddly one of the movies in the Wrong Turn franchise I come back to the most. I literally just bought the box set recently. It's not a box set. It's like it's a one Blu-ray thing. It was like not even $15, I think, for the first 5 movies. But I'm not gonna lie, I bought it to watch 4 again. I keep coming back to 4. I think it's because of the snowy slasher vibes of it. I would love to do an entire slasher film in the snow. It's a great idea. It never fails to never fails to impress me. I'm always interested. David Coe throwing $10 in there. David, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. One change I would love to see in a third act of a Scream film is the main character figuring out who the killer is and catching them in a lie, as opposed to the killers simply revealing themselves. Man, David, you're just one step ahead of me, David. Damn. You might like Red Right Hand a lot, because when the third act gets kicked off, it's pretty fucked, let me tell you. David, you will like Red Right Hand a lot. Because oh man, it's all about a killer who's not very good at being a ghost face killer. Let me tell you that. It's very funny stuff. That's a great idea though. I gotta tell you that. Great idea. Catching the whole catching them in a lie thing, figuring it out before the movie's over. Oh man, I can't. I want to stop. David, thank you for the $10, but I can't elaborate anymore because I'm just like, fuck. You're gonna like Red Right Hand. Thank you so much, David, for the $10. I appreciate that. Tryhard7 throwing $2 in there. What's up, Tryhard7? Welcome to the stream. Ghostface in a Santa costume, sign me up. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Oh my god. That would be pretty funny, actually. I also feel like if they do the Santa thing, if they do, I mean the Christmas thing, if they set it around Christmas time, you're definitely gonna get a campier version of Scream. This would be like Scream 9, Scream 10 that does this, but I'm down for it. Like I think a Christmas Scream would be fucking hilarious. I'd be so down for that. Once again, Tryhard, welcome to the stream, by the way. I've never seen you around here before, so welcome. Hope you're getting cozy. We're just enjoying this wonderful horror-filled afternoon. It's great. Having a great time. And Justin, I will go to Slyman's corned beef. I fucking love corned beef. I gotta check it out. You must get the Reuben or corned beef. I went to there's a corned beef place in Pittsburgh. It starts with a P. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but that was fantastic. Let me tell you. So I'm a big fan. That must be a thing in the Ohio, Pennsylvania area. Is corned beef. I wouldn't know. I'm not like the biggest corned beef guy. More of a turkey sandwich guy myself. But I'll get it though. I'll get that for sure. Logan C is saying, I'm so hyped for Halloween Ends. I'm really hoping it will be better than Halloween Kills. It could be. You know, it could. For sure, Logan. I hope it is. I really do hope it is. I hope it's better. Not to say that Kills is bad. Because I know a lot of us hated Kills. A lot of us were like, why was that even a movie? But I think that Kills was a really fun experiment, and that's why I appreciate it. Not every movie is supposed to be this clean-cut storyline with all these intricate things going on. Kills was kind of an experiment to see if certain things could work in the franchise and other things that didn't. That's how I view it, at least, and that's why I fuck with it. That's why I'm like, okay, this is cool. This is ambitious. This is trying to do a bunch of different things. And yes, there was a lot of fucking ideas in that movie. So I'm hoping Ends is a little more concise though. It feels like more of a consistent movie. That's what I'm hoping for Ends. I like all the things they did in Kills. It was cool, but I'm hoping for something that feels much more like, okay, this is a clean cut ending to a big timeline. That's what I'm expecting from Ends. That's what they're promising to us in the tagline here. It ends. Give us an ending. Give us something nice. Give us something well written and shaped up, I guess. Maybe not too happy of an ending though. Nick is here. What's up, man? How's it going? I come here and you're talking about corned beef. I know. You never know. Listen, that's why you never know what you're going to get with a KillJoy Jake stream. I've been complaining about Cleveland for 20 minutes of this stream, and people are still watching for some reason. But yes, Nick, thank you for being here, by the way, my earliest Patreon supporter. You're awesome, man. Thanks for being here. I just appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. Actually, you know what? Next time I'm in Cleveland, I'll let you know and we'll go to Dude, hit me up. We'll go. I'll meet you up there. When You know, it's funny. The bearded entertainment. Yeah, no, DM me on Twitter for sure. I would absolutely love to go up there and meet up with you, man. The bearded entertainment, who is amazing, another YouTube channel. He's in some streams every now and then. Eric from that channel, he is so nice and so kind. He drove all the way out here from Colorado. I think he was driving like all the way around the country and all that, just going on a bit of a road trip. And he stopped up here in the Cleveland area where we're filming Red Right Hand, and he actually helped us out get a bunch of drone shots. I was going to rent a drone for a day and get drone shots, but he ended up helping us out with that. Saved us a lot of money with the budget. We only had like $5,000, and like I said, I've had to tap into my own money a little bit. You boys broke, but it's all good because Eric really helped us out. So massive shout out to him. I really appreciate that. You guys are the best. So just so you know, it's also the community is also helping us. I have my DMs closed. Justin, I must not be. Holy shit, Justin, am I not following you on Twitter? Hang on. Let's stop this fucking rant for a second. But I do want to thank my amazing community because you guys are awesome. This none of this would happen. None of this fun shit would be happening without you guys. So Justin, I'm following you right now. I'm following you right now, my dude. If your name is Justin proper. Yes, it is. There we go. There we go. I just followed you back. There we go. Hit me up. hit me up for some corned beef, bro. Drones are great, much cheaper than renting a helicopter. I would never fucking rent a helicopter. That terrifies me. Holy shit. No way. No way, Jose. No way. Not doing that. For all we know, he could start talking about Nemo. I might. I can't wait for Halloween Ends either. On the 13th, I'm going to watch Halloween 78, Halloween 18. Then the next day, I'm going to watch Kills and Ends. Can't wait. Ooh, Mr. Rick, great. That's a great little lead up. You're doing the whole timeline. That's some good shit. I might do the same. Although I do want to talk about Halloween. Like, I want to do some stuff in the day though. But man, I might do that. You know what? I should text my buddies about doing that. That'd be great. That'd be dope. Yes, I do have an Instagram and a Twitter. You can follow me there for like updates. I tweet out about like when I post videos and shit. I'm also like, I'll tweet about some weird shit that I don't have time to make videos about too. So, yeah, so follow me on Instagram, Twitter and all that. I just fuck around and have some fun. It's a great time. So yeah, like I said, you know, I don't have time to make videos on like everything, which is a shame. I wish I could. I would love to make a video on every horror news story that comes out there. But sometimes I like to just retweet stuff, you know, and just be like, this is cool, but I don't really have anything else to say. That's about it. So, like I probably won't be covering the new Hocus Pocus. I would do a review of the Munsters, which I actually really liked, but I don't really have much else to say about it. I don't know. I might, maybe I will. But actually, I fucking dug the Monsters. I thought that was pretty sweet, so. And me and Locked are going to do a stream on October 12th, too, which I think is going to be a lot of fun. Basically the last day before Halloween Ends comes out to the general public. I know a lot of people have seen it already, and a lot of people have spoiled themselves on Reddit because all the spoilers are there, apparently. I would recommend not checking that out for this one, but yeah, no, so we're going to do a little stream talking about like last minute predictions. What are we going to do? What are we going to do with this? What's happening in Ends? We're putting in our final statements October 12th. Check out that stream. It's going to be a banger. And I might put out a little video before it comes out, too. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Why not? This is probably the last time we'll be able to talk about Michael for a little while. So, deciding to do that. Yeah, helicopters like actually scare me. Planes, I'm fine. Like I can fly on a plane, no problem. But hanging out of a helicopter, that scares the fuck out of me, man. Oh no. With like the shutters open and all that shit. No. And you went skydiving. That's crazy, man. Mad respect. Mad respect, Justin. Good shit. Are you more excited or nervous for Halloween Ends? You know, honestly, I'm more excited for it now. I think I'll be honest. You know, your boy can admit when he's wrong. I think I was going a little overboard with the hate towards Halloween Ends. I really think this is going to be something fun. And rewatching those trailers today, again, I watched the original trailer and the new one again. I'm watching it again and I'm like, you know, this is pretty fucking cool, actually. This is pretty fun. I think that there's some cool sequences set up here that are really going to be entertaining. And I just love David Gordon Green's style, too. I love how he throws us into a random situation with a bunch of silly characters, and then he kills them. That just doesn't get old, in my opinion. I really like that style of building suspense by placing us in a situation that doesn't seem like it's going to be terrifying or anything like that, but then it turns into it. I think that's really cool. I love how he's done that multiple times throughout Kills and the 2018 film. That's really fun to me. I dig that. So no, I'm excited for Halloween Ends. I think the Corey thing might be weird, especially if he's killing people as Michael. I don't think people are gonna like that. Honestly, that's gonna be my one big thing. That's my one thing that I feel like I'll have an issue with. But besides that, I think there's a lot to love about this movie. We have some awesome characters returning this time around that will probably have a bigger spotlight on them, including Allison Nelson. I've talked a little bit about how much I feel like Allison needs a bigger spotlight on her, and maybe not so much. I don't know. It's tough. I kind of hope this movie focuses specifically on those two and a little bit on Hawkins and not so much on Corey, which I'm worried they're going to focus a lot on Corey when Allison could use some more character development, in my opinion. But that's almost why I think they're going to kill Allison, because like she's an awesome character, but she's just not like, there's not that much going on with her. So I want to see what else is Allison doing all these years later. She's obviously going to be involved with the Corey plotline, which gives me hope though. There's a good side of this coin though. We can spin this in a good way. Maybe it's not focusing so much on Corey, but Allison's relationship with Corey, which would inadvertently kind of focus on Allison a little bit. Hopefully that's the focus of that whole plot line. Hopefully, I think that would be cool. You can do an A and a B plot. Laurie is the focus of one and Corey and Allison are the other. That could work. That could work, I think. I like the monsters too, but every review I've seen about it is people either making fun of it or hate. Oh, Tori. Well, maybe this is why I do a review, because I have only positive things to say about the monsters. I don't know. I feel like maybe people missed the point of that movie, or maybe they're just not familiar with the original monsters. Because a lot of the things I'm seeing is like, oh god, it's so cheesy, it's hard to watch. Or like I'm trying to think of some of the other things I've seen. Like a lot of really cheesy. It looks low budget, whatever. That's like also kind of the point with the monsters, you know. I really think that movie captured the essence of that show really well with the new people. They're all really well done. All the performers give in to the zany, over the top tone. It's very funny. So I dig it. I really fucked with it. I thought it was a lot of fun. It's not a perfect movie, you know, nowhere close to that. But I really enjoyed it. So what else we got here? Is the Corey Cunningham thing dressing as Michael supposed to be commentary on how Friday the 13th was a ripoff of Halloween, like a Sean Cunningham reference? Well, Cunningham, I believe, refers to Arnie Cunningham from Christine, but you make a pretty good point there. Like that really made me think for a second. I'm like, that's actually kind of cool. But considering what David Gordon Green has said about the movie, about how it's not only inspired by Christine, but also the works of John Carpenter, I'm feeling like it's going to be a little more inspired by that. But that is a really cool fucking point. That's something I never even thought about. How, yeah, Friday the 13th was kind of a ripoff of Halloween. I mean, fuck, I think we had some of the producers even saying that, like, nowadays. They've just openly admitted that. They're like, yeah, we went into that film saying, hey, let's just do exactly what Halloween did, but different, and just promote the fuck out of that. I remember I was watching some behind the scenes stuff about that first Friday the 13th, and they were talking about how they didn't even have like an idea for a movie. They just had a title, Friday the 13th, and they were like already advertising it. They're like, yes, this is going to be a movie. And they were just putting all these ads out about it. And people were like, ooh, okay, that sounds cool. Catchy title, you know? You can't argue with that. It's like, ooh, Friday the 13th. That's scary. I like that. Obviously, that in itself is a... yeah, Sean Cunningham also admitted that too. That in itself is just ripping off Halloween. Halloween, it's a scary holiday. What else is a scary holiday? Friday the 13th. It's really funny to think about how similar those franchises are and how they took completely different paths. Like, I feel like they both kind of started in the same place, obviously. Like, there's things they blatantly rip off in Friday the 13th. They take it right from Halloween. I mean, the whole Final Girl run towards the end of Friday the 13th, I mean, it is, like, so similar. There are shots they recreate from Halloween in that movie. And in my opinion, don't do it as well. Hot take. But that whole movie is just like kind of borrowing stuff from other movies that were popular at the time. That jump scare at the end of the movie, which is, in my opinion, actually done really fucking well, is total, like, I mean, that's totally ripping off Carrie. That jump scare at the end of Carrie was super effective back then and something not a lot of films did. So Friday was like, that was fucking awesome, super memorable. Let's throw that into our movie. Let's do that. I actually kind of respect that about Friday the 13th. I think that's cool. It also kind of, horror movies had been doing this for the longest time before that, but Friday was the most egregious example of borrowing things from other movies and just doing them your own way. And now it just seems like every horror film, it's almost expected in horror, you know? I love that term, borrowing. And yeah, that's Justin, you make a good point though, because I think there's a big difference between stealing and borrowing. Friday's definitely on the border of stealing some shit, for sure. But it's different enough to me to where that's why I like it. That's why I think it still kind of holds up. The original Friday's whatever. It's not nowhere near my favorite. They definitely found their footing in the sequels. But I like a lot of the, I don't know. I like that franchise, and it may have started from basically stealing from something else, but it turned into its own thing, and that's what I appreciate about it. So if we just had that one movie, like it was just Friday the 13th, that one film, then I probably wouldn't look at it as in such a positive light. But I like where they went in the sequels. Like I said, they took totally different directions with essentially the same concept. I remember you saying that X was your favorite horror movie of the year. Has anything surpassed it yet? You know, Logan, I watched X again, and I like it even more than the first time I watched it. Like I've seen it like 4 times now. I don't know if I like it better than Barbarian. I'm really like, to me, it's really neck and neck. Barbarian and X are at the top spot. I need to see Barbarian again though, because I've only seen it twice. And I've seen X like 4 times, like I said. I've noticed a lot more things in X that I appreciate, that are really fucking scary. X still entertains me on the 4th time around. Barbarian was fucking awesome the 2 times I watched it too. But those were also back-to-back showings of the movie. I need to see Barbarian again before I really decide like, oh yeah, this is my number 1. But those 2 are currently, in my opinion, in competition to get to the top. But I fuck with both of them, man. X is amazing. I loved Barbarian. Nope is up there for me. Pearl is up there for me. For like, if we're talking top 5s. X, that was the Jenna Ortega movie. It's much more the Mia Goth movie, though, let me tell you. Because yes, Jenna Ortega's in it, but Mia Goth, she's amazing in that film. Dual role, she's playing the killer and the main final girl, too, which I think is really impressive. And yeah, Jenna Ortega was also amazing in that movie, too. She's a side character, like I said, but she's also great. I think all the characters in X were amazing and just so well written. Just like Barbarian, all the characters were incredibly, like, just super well written and had me interested the entire time, even when another one of them wasn't on screen. Just like in X, that's really impressive to me. I can't say the same about Pearl, though. I think Mia Goth's performance is definitely the best in Pearl. I would even put that over X, which I can't believe she blew that out of the water. But the side characters just don't... They're just not as good as X. I mean, X is like one of those like, holy shit, 1 in a million kind of movies where I'm like, everything works for me. All of the side characters are so well written and so well done. But in Pearl, I just feel like I don't love all the side characters as much as how I do in X. And Barbarian was the same thing for me too. I was like, all of these characters are so well written. Some of them are total assholes. Justin Long's character is a piece of shit, but I fucking loved everybody in that movie. They all did really well, great performances, amazing performances from everybody. And that was the thing about, I don't know. I won't talk, if you haven't seen Barbarian, I won't talk about it anymore, but I recommend it. Really fun movie. Have you ever heard of Planet CHH or Haunted Hippie? Considered collaborating with either of them. Great YouTubers like yourself. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love Haunted Hippie. I watch her streams all the time. She's amazing. Planet CHH. I wonder, I'm probably familiar with them. Like I've seen a lot of horror pages. Unfortunately, I spend more of my time producing horror content than watching it nowadays, but I do hop into Haunted Hippie streams every now and then. I watch a lot of, Cody Leach is like my number 1. I watch him a lot too. We watch the movies, another one I watch a lot of, but there's a lot of great channels out there, guys. Like a lot of great stuff. And thank you for even comparing me to these guys, because these guys are, in my opinion, way better than what I'm doing, what I'm trying to do on here. But yes, I would love to hit up Haunted Hippie, though. I would love to have her on a stream or something. I really enjoy her commentary, so that would be sweet. Barbarian is number 1 for me. Awesome movie. Fuck yeah, dude. Barbarian's I said in my review, I'm like, this might be my favorite horror movie of the year. This was really amazing. I was really impressed by Barbarian. I wasn't I went into it so blind too. I think that was another thing that really aided my experience of it. I didn't know anything about that movie. Like I really did not know where it was going to go. I knew I saw the trailers. I knew The Basement was going to be like, it was going to be a movie about you just keep going deeper into a basement or something like that, which, I've kind of seen that before in other, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head, but it feels familiar. There's so many other fucking things that movie goes into, though. So many themes and weird shit going on in that movie. So many things it comments on indiscreetly. It's a really smart movie. I fucking loved Barbarian. It's a movie that I definitely need to see it for a third time, for sure. Like, without a question, though. There's so much going on in that movie that it doesn't explicitly get into. Like I said, it's really an indiscreet movie. It's very efficient with its storytelling, but I loved it. Lily, I gotta be honest with you. I don't think anything tops Dead Meat on this page. Like Dead Meat's amazing. Everybody who's a part of Dead Meat is so fucking awesome, so talented, so funny, so interesting to watch. I love Zoran has done some kill counts lately, and he's amazing. I really loved his Tremors kill counts, and he's coming back to do another one. I can't remember. I think it was the Dude Bro Party Massacre, which a lot of people are saying, "Hey Jake, you gotta watch that." I'm like, oh fuck, I guess I do. Apparently there's a kill count of it too. I am so anal about watching the movies before the kill counts too. Like I'm so anal about that. I almost always, if it's a movie I've never seen before, I'm like, gotta watch it. I don't watch the kill counts until then sometimes too, but I really love his stuff. I'm a patron for them as well, which is so funny. I just got an email saying Dead Meat just posted this for patrons. But I love Dead Meat. It's probably that's the channel for me that totally inspired my love for horror too. I was like I've always been a casual horror fan. I've always, whatever the biggest thing was, I always went and watched it. But like 2018, I got so into fucking horror, and largely in part to Dead Meat. After I saw Halloween 2018 and like Hereditary from that year, I saw those movies. I started watching Dead Meat like all the fucking time. I watched all the kill counts. I listened to all the podcasts. Chelsea Rebecca, who runs the fucking podcast, that's like my favorite thing from them now. I love their channel so much, and I love all those people involved. So. Great stuff. I would love to be friends with Zach Cherry. I would love that. That'd be awesome. Love to collab with him too. After 2022 is over, what would your top 5 might be? Well, Mr. Rick, after this month, this month has already been fucking insane for horror. I mean, there's been so many movies that came out, some divisive ones like Don't Worry Darling, and then some like big hits like Barbarian. But man, it's so tough to say, and I feel like my answer in a month is yet again going to be different. But as of right now, I think my top 5 looks like probably Barbarian, X. Fuck, this is so hard. There's so many good movies. I really liked Scream 2022. I loved Nope, and I loved Pearl. Like those are probably my top 5. But like, I'd have to think about it. Like it's one of those where I'm like, I'd have to sit down and really, really think, because there's been a lot of good ones lately. It's tough. It's real tough. And I'm seeing Smile in a couple hours here, so that also might fuck with my top 10 as well. So my answer may be different in a couple of hours. Yeah, and Locked is making some good points here. Like, and apparently Hellraiser is awesome too. Hellraiser is getting amazing fucking reviews, which is insane. That'll be my first ever Hellraiser, by the way. Super excited to have a unique perspective. Ooh, nice. Enjoy it. That's gonna be weird to see this new one, because I know that this new one is so different from the other movies. So that's so interesting. Wow. Okay. I'm sorry, Locked. I'm like, wow, that's really making me think there, because it's like, if that's your first Hellraiser movie, you're gonna go into those other films expecting one thing and getting something else. Yeah, those other movies, the original the first 3 Hellraiser movies are this really fun trilogy. I think all 3 of those are great. I highly recommend all of them. Lot of fun. Chloe, what's up? How's it going? Hi, first time here. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. We got a first timer here. Well, welcome to the KillJoy Jake stream, where some sweaty dude just rants at you about horror movies for 2 hours. It's great. Welcome. Hope you're having fun. You just answered my question about the sequels being, the first one was a bit lackluster. I didn't like the first Hellraiser the first time either. The more I've watched it, the more I've come to appreciate it. I didn't, it was a little slow. The first time I watched it, I'm like, God, this is slow. But by the third act, it was fucking awesome. But I go back to that movie more and more, and I end up liking the first 2 acts even more every time I watch it. There's so many little things you miss where it's like, oh shit, that's really cool. When you know the story a little better, it's definitely a movie you got to watch more than once, like for sure. But the sequel is in my opinion the best Hellraiser film by a long shot. Hellbound is so well done. But I do agree. I think the middle is still it's still a little slow, but it's purposeful, But man, Hellbound is a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. It's one of those sequels that I think tops the original by far, for sure. I've started watching YouTube. I'm a Twitch mainer. Love it. Hell yeah. Well, welcome to YouTube. if this is your welcome, that's hilarious to me. So you found the most okay horror YouTube channel on the space. Welcome. Welcome to this mid horror YouTube channel where we talk about everything from Scream to the VHS franchise to Hellraiser. Who the fuck knows what we're going to talk about next? Oh, we also talk about how much we hate Cleveland too, which is also hilarious. If you could pitch a new Scream film, what would it be? I'll answer your question on December 20th, and you'll see. Red Right Hand is my answer, so there you go. Hellraiser reminds me of The Exorcist in that regard. Big payoff, but takes a while to get there. Yeah, no, for sure. If that's not your jam, I can see not liking Hellraiser. I get that. But, yeah, it's, definitely a slower burn, that first one. The second one, not as much, though. The second one, you get much more into the action right when you start that off. So, Justin, I would recommend checking out the second one. But, yeah, I would check it out. Check it out. It's going to be cool. It's either horror, cave exploring, or Pokemon cards for me. These are some wild topics. I love it. I love these interests. Good shit. Me and my buddy, I just called my buddy earlier and I'm like, dude, we all had Charizards when we were young. We would all be millionaires if we didn't rip those things up and we didn't fucking get our sticky little baby paws all over those things. Damn. So funny. Don't downplay yourself, Jake. You're slightly above average. Oh, Justin. God, you're just going to melt my black little heart. Thank you so much, buddy. Michael Myers, Meat Rider, says, I'm back. I just can't get over this. I can't get over that name. That's so funny to me. So are you the writer of his meats? I'm so curious. I have to, don't answer that. Never mind. Susan won't like that. The YouTube CEO will not be a fan of you answering that question. Justin Proper is saying, I'll watch 2 and maybe 3. I'll tell you one thing too. If you're watching 2 and you're like, okay, that was cool. That was better than 1, whatever. You'll definitely like 3. 3 is just cornball, schlocky, wonderful gore and silliness from the first wall to the last. 3 is bonkers as fuck. Some people don't even like it because it's so out there, but I fuck with it. I fuck with 3. A lot of fun. Are you going to the re-release of Halloween 4 and 5? I know you're going to the Days of the Dead. Sorry if you are repeating yourself on this. Whoa, holy shit. You're throwing a lot at me here, Shaka Swan. I know you are going to the Day of the Dead. If that's a festival, I don't know if I am going to that or not. Days of the Dead 2022. When does this take place? Ooh, Tuesday, November 1st. Shit, I would love to go to that. Oh wait, no, that's a US holiday. I'm a dumbass. Fucking hell. I'm trying to see when that is. Well, I can tell you this. The next event I'm going to is Halloween Horror Nights on Halloween. So if you're like, hey, going to Florida on the 31st on Halloween, if you're going to be at Universal Studios, I will also be walking around. I'm taking my break in early November when all the horror stuff starts, ramping down. I already have my video ready for Halloween. I can't tell you what it is now. It's going to be a surprise this year, and I think you guys will dig it. But yeah, I'm taking a little bit of a break in November because your boy needs it. I was talking about this earlier. I've had a single digits amount of days off since March of this year. So I'm going to take an entire week just to fuck off, basically. It's going to be nice. I had 7 different Charizards. It's painful to think about. Yeah. Oh, God, that's awful, dude. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, my dude. No, the movies. What are we talking about here? Okay. Are you going to the re-release of those? I know you're going to Day of the Dead. Sorry if you were repeating yourself. So I didn't know they were re-releasing 4 and 5. And if you're talking about re-releasing these in the theaters, I did not know about that. If so, I'm fucking there. I'll check it out. I would love to see these in the theaters. That would be fucking sick. For sure. Think Like a Director Productions is saying, Jake, my boy, glad to catch it. Nice hat. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. My hair looks disgusting today, so we're throwing it up in a beanie. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Think Like a Director Productions. Welcome, welcome. That beanie going hard. Thank you. It's full of my sweat. Oh, man. Today, Jake's on a fucking tirade of grossness today. Cody Williams is saying, not to get too far off course. You can get as far off course as you want. We're talking about whatever the fuck today. That's what's great about it. That's what's great about the stream. We're having fun. We're talking about whatever. What about Evil Dead Rise? Do you think it will be similar in tone as Evil Dead or The Evil Dead? I like how you specified those two. That's funny. I'm super pumped for any new Evil Dead anything. It's one of my favorite horror, if not my favorite horror franchise of all time. I fucking love Evil Dead. I'm always down for some more Evil Dead too. So I know a lot of people are worried about this one, but the Evil Dead franchise has proven to us already that they can fucking do a movie without Ash. I think the remake is phenomenal, and I do think it'll be more similar to Evil Dead opposed to The Evil Dead. I don't want to say tone, because I feel like it's going to have a similar tone to the original Evil Dead, but have like the filmmaking style, like modern filmmaking styles of like Evil Dead, if that makes sense. I think most people will compare it to the remake, I would assume. It story-wise and character-wise, it seems like it's much closer to the remake. I'm just so fucking excited for it, man. I love the Evil Dead. I love all 4 of those movies. All 4 of them are masterpieces in their own right, in my opinion. And I'm just so fucking pumped. This is, to answer your question, Disney Crazy, this is one of the top 5 movies I'm the most excited for next year. Scream 6 is definitely at the top of that list. Fuck, that's actually tough. Yeah, probably Scream 6 is at the top of that list. I'm really fucking excited for Scream 6. Scream 6, Evil Dead Rise, Insidious 5. I also love the Insidious franchise. I'm trying to think what else I'm really pumped for next year. I'm excited for The Exorcist. I'll check it out. It might be good. But there's a lot of fucking 2020. If you thought 2022 was going to be a good year for horror, 2023 is also going to be great. So definitely that. I was just at Halloween Horror Nights a few weeks ago. Also, you should go to Horror Hound. Only good thing Ohio has. I missed, I was in Horror Hound like a couple weekends ago, I want to say. I missed that, unfortunately. I just did not have time. And I really wanted to go. My buddy sent me all these pictures. I actually featured one of the pictures that they sent me in a big video I was talking about. I was talking about the Chucky franchise, and I compared it, or the Chucky TV series, I compared it to the Ash vs. Evil Dead show, and I showed like how, my buddies even met Dana De Lorenzo or whatever. So, but the Horror Hound in March was better. Oh shit. Okay. Well, if they have if they have any fucking something here in Ohio, and I don't have to drive all the way to New Jersey again, that would be nice. I would if I just have to drive to Cincinnati, okay, hey, I'll take that. That'd be cool. I would love to go do some more conventions though, for sure. It was so much fun. I went to Monster Mania in New Jersey just a couple of months ago, and it was like a fucking blast. So loved it. Wait, there's an Insidious 5 coming. Yes. Oh, yes, there is. I've been doing some updates on it too, if you guys want to get a little informed on that. I have done a shit ton of videos talking about Insidious 5 for a while now, because I am very excited for that. I fucking love the Insidious movies. They're a guilty pleasure of mine, and I frequent them a lot. I think they're a lot of fun. So I'm super pumped for 5. It's also Patrick, I forgot his fucking name, Patrick Wilson's directorial debut, which is really interesting. There's so many things on the table with 5. I can't wait for it. Gonna be fucking sick. Yeah, they are putting 4 and 5 back into the theater. Day of the Dead, they are putting back in theaters in 3D. I did not. Shaka Swan, this must have went right over my head, because I did not know about Day of the Dead in theaters. That honestly, out of all those, that's the one I'm probably the most excited for. The Dead trilogy, man, those are fucking some bangers right there. And A Day of the Dead is the one that most people like the least, and that's understandable. I fuck with Day of the Dead though. I think it's really cool. It's really trippy. It's probably the trippiest out of all 3 of those movies. And I don't know. That to me is really cool. There's a lot of fighting mid-movie that I think is just like, what the fuck? What the fuck's going on here? But it's cool. I dig it. And to answer your other question, are they re-releasing Scream 3? Well, when Scream 7 comes out, I wouldn't be surprised if they did the same thing. They're re-releasing 2. Which I'm probably going to Tito, for the 25th anniversary, of course. And they'll probably re-release 3 when 7 comes out too. I'd imagine. It's not for an anniversary or anything, but let's be honest, they'll probably re-release it. They're already following. That's something I forgot to mention that in my video today. They're already following the same marketing pattern as Scream 5 again. So I'm sure they're going to do something totally similar to that, which I don't really have too many problems with. I think the Scream 5 marketing was like a 9.9 out of 10. The only thing I would have changed is those little tiny frames in that trailer showing us who the killers are. That made me a little sad, but besides that, wouldn't change a thing. Fucking Scream 5 marketing was amazing. So if they do the same thing again, no complaints from this guy. I would be so down for that. Stranger is saying the first Insidious still scares me. Me too. Tiptoe through the tulips. Yes. Oh, scary shit. I love it. That song fucked me up. I didn't even know who Actually, I did know who Tiny Tim was from SpongeBob, but then I heard that and he scared the fuck out of me for the rest of my life. Let me tell you. Evil dies in 2 weeks. Yes. Let's go, Andrew. So fucking pumped. I can't wait. Buff Snake is here. What's up? How's it going? How's it going? Saying, I'm so glad that Scream is a franchise that I can actually have high expectations for and not be let down. New York is an awesome setting and I'm happy they are switching it up. I agree. I completely agree. I think that's going to be fucking sick. I'm really excited for Scream 6. I think it might be even better than Scream 5. Maybe even better than Scream 4. I have a lot of faith in this movie. I really think it's going to be something special. This is going to be the first radio silence franchise movie that I feel like is going to be like a big fucking banger. Like I think most people are going to like this one. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. I got a lot of faith in it. You know, a lot of people are worried about it too. You know, there's things to be worried about it. Obviously, if they just repeat the same twist as how they did from the original Scream 2. But I think it's so different with the setting and character situations are way different this time around. There's so much more that they can play into here that they don't have to do the family thing again, I don't think. So we'll have to see. It's rumored that our good old Samara Weaving, who's in this film, really fucking exciting that she's in this too. It's rumored that she may be related to Liv McKenzie from Scream 5. So that makes me worried if she's the killer in this movie. We're doing the family thing again, but why? Is it going to be different enough? Is it going to be too comparable to Mrs. Loomis? Well, we'll just have to see. I hope so. I really hope so. You got to have faith with Scream 6. And yeah, no, you're totally right, Lily. I have a lot of faith. I have faith in this movie. I think it's genuinely going to be something really fun, really different. I'm just really pumped for it. I think this is the first movie where everything I'm hearing about it sounds so different. I really think it's going to be fucking dope. I'm pumped. Even if Scream 6 struggles to make a great movie, I'm excited to see Ghostface take on a big city once again. I do believe it'll be my second favorite film in the franchise. Me too, Austin. That's where I'm currently speculating that too. So I'm like right there. I'm like, I really think this is going to top 4 and 5. Because that's my personal ranking is I have like 1, 4, 5 as my top 3 for the Screams. So I really think this could top 4 and 5. It won't top the original. Nothing will in this franchise. I love a lot of these sequels, but that original film is a masterpiece in every sense of the word. I'm glad I finished school early. Now I can binge horror movies this Halloween without school in the way. Ooh, nice. Are you in college? Did you just wrap up like this early? That's fucking awesome. If that's the case, that's fucking sweet. Nice. Congrats. Good job. Killing it. Get that degree. I'm getting my degree at some point too. I'm literally like a semester away from getting an associate's degree. I just never finished it. So it's gonna happen though, eventually. Danny is here. What's up, Danny? How's it going? Saying it's kind of bittersweet that Ends is the last film in this trilogy. I've been following these characters and this story since 2018. Just got my tickets for Thursday night screening at 7:45. I got mine too, and I'm very excited. Danny, this is I might cry. I might cry at the end of this film just because I'm kind of I'm in the same route. This whole horror movie journey for me really started with this film and Hereditary in 2018. And I've just been not like a big horror nut ever since. I might cry. Like I might actually have tears in my eyes watching this movie. No matter how it ends, it's going to be just really emotional for old Jake. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. I'm just really excited. It's almost like the end of an era, you know. This is the end of a big era in horror and my life too. So it's gonna be really emotional for me. I can't wait. It's gonna be fun. If we live in a universe that one day we get a Scream sequel that beats the original, we live in the perfect universe. I agree with that, Buff Snake. That's another thing too. I'm not saying that it's impossible. It's not an impossible feat. There have been movies that have blindsided me with how good some of them were. There are movies that come out today that I think have easily topped classics from the past. But, it's one of those things that's kind of few and far between sometimes. But when that does happen, when that 1 in a million movie happens, like in my opinion, Barbarian was one of those from this year. The Invisible Man from 2020, Hereditary from 2018. When you get a movie like that, it's like, oh fuck, this is so. I'm watching horror history happen right in front of my eyes. It's fucking awesome. Oh, I love that. I love getting surprised by a movie like that. It's awesome, great stuff, man. And I love it. I love it. So hopefully that's possible at some point in the future. That would be great, man. There are sequels. There are later sequels too that have topped the original. In my opinion, I think Saw 6 is fucking awesome. Like the Saw 6 is my favorite Saw film. Not by a long shot, but I still think it's my number one out of all of them. So it's not impossible. Not impossible for a 6th entry to top its original. It's going to be pretty tough for something to beat Scream, though, because I mean, everything is perfect about that original movie. For me, the characters are so well written. The mystery is pretty decent. I love the music too. Marco Beltrami's score, it might be his best for that original Scream. None of the other sequels even come close with the music for me personally. There's so many little nuances with the score that's so nice. When Sydney's looking over at Casey's empty seat next to her and you get that little piano thing that ba 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 ba. It's so spooky. It's so haunting. It has this undeniable tone to it that I just feel like none of the sequels have really caught on as well as that first one did. There's a little bit of lightning in a bottle with that first movie. Actually, a lot of that, because it completely changed the face of fucking horror when it came out too. So it's great. Love it. Great stuff. Child's Play 2 is really good, in my opinion, better than the original. I agree, James. I actually like Child's Play 2 is my favorite too, man. That's there's only a few franchises where I feel that way though, where I feel like a sequel has really topped the original. Final Destination is another one. I like Final Destination 2 and 5 more than the original. I think both of those sequels top the first one. Fuck, I think most of the sequels top the original Final Destination. The first Final Destination is so off in tone. Like, go back and watch that first one. You watch it and you're like, oh shit, they're almost trying to make this like Invisible Force like a slasher. It's kind of weird and it kind of doesn't work. I like how the second one kind of throws that idea out. It's still set up like a slasher, but you're not seeing all this cheesy shit happen. It's like a little more realistic. It's like, oh shit, this could actually happen. Like that opening scene to 2, that's the best opening scene of any of those movies by a long shot. On the fucking highway, that's terrifying, dude. I fucking love that. And yeah, Brett, you're right. Oh, and hello. Welcome. The fourth one's the worst. I don't even think there's an argument there, but I still enjoy it. I still like it. Honkus Bonkus. If you mess with the honk, you get the bunk. I learned that the hard way. Jeepers Creepers 2. I agree, stranger. Fuck, the more I talk about these franchises, the more I'm like, actually, there's a lot of franchises where the sequels top the original, for me at least, personally, so. Yeah, I never said it was a perfect movie, Justin, in all fairness. Killing Devin Sawa off. I mean, also, guy just didn't want to come back for a sequel, probably, so. That's just my guess. But I fucking love 2 is the scariest one for me. And the opening to 3 scared the fuck out of me. 3 is not better than the original, I don't think. The characters just aren't as strong. But I still really like that opening. On the roller coaster, man, that plays into a fear that not too many horror movies have tapped into. In fact, not really any at all. So Final Destination 3 is also a standout for me too. So I don't know, man. That's a really special franchise. I'm really excited for 6. Not too many people talk about that one. I don't think. Deserves some more recognition, for sure. I have every Scream movie on Blu-ray except 4 because it's my least favorite. Oh man, really? I love 4. I will get it eventually. I just remember walking out of the theater of Scream 4 and just being so disappointed. That's a shame. I think it easily has the best mystery. Even though like some of the jokes really fall flat for me in Scream 4. Like it's so they were like, listen, we got to fuck it up with 4, man. We got to have some fucking crazy meta humor every 5 seconds. And like, I appreciate that. I appreciate that they really leaned into the meta stuff. And I think it's the only sequel that does the horror commentary so like as good as the original with talking about horror remakes. I think it fucking killed it with that. But 4 does have some misses. I think the opening's a little egregious. And then the ending goes on for way too fucking long. Too many false resolutions. But I really do enjoy. I really do love 4 though. I don't know. It's the sequel I go back to the most even though I've watched 5 a lot recently. But I will say, though, as much as I don't like the ending to 2, 2 has the strongest opening, though, I think. Hot take. I remember I put out a video ranking all the openings to the Scream movies, and I said 2 was my favorite. Like, 1 is the most influential, undeniably. Like, there's not even an argument about that. But I fucking love the opening to 2. I think it's master. It's Wes Craven at his best, I think. It's really just a well-done suspense sequence. It fucked me up as a kid a little bit. That whole bathroom sequence in the beginning, that's really fucking scary, honestly. I think that's really well done. And it's got that little, goofy Wes Craven charm to it, too, so. But that's a pretty good ranking, Locked. I mean, I don't know if I would put 4 above 1, but that's almost my ranking, though. I love 4, though. 4 was the first Scream movie I ever watched. And I don't know, I fuck with it, man. I love the characters. I think it has maybe the best characters out of any of the sequels, which is pretty arguable. But I love 4, man. Love it. And the other thing else... The other thing I love about this whole franchise, I'm seeing everyone put their rankings in there. Go ahead, throw your rankings in there. I love it. Everyone has a different ranking of this franchise. That, to me, is so telling. That shows, hey, this is a great fucking franchise. You can say whatever you want about Scream 3, Scream 4, Scream 5, or even Scream 2. All of these movies have something that people fucking love. There is something different about every sequel that makes this such a consistent franchise. I wish they would fuck with the formula a little more, because after watching these movies so many times, something I've noticed is the formula is pretty much the same in all of these films. That's the one thing I hope they change up in 6. But I like that they once again follow that formula where it's like, if you just change up a little tiny thing every single time, people are going to like it. I don't understand the hate for Scream 4. It showed that Wes and Kevin understand the characters with little things like Dewey memorizing quotes on specific pages. I love Dewey. I do too, and Dewey and Gale really shine in 4, for me at least. I really like both of their performances there, especially Gale, who, that whole sequence in the barn is so well done. Once again, Wes Craven at his best. The poor guy passed away 4 years later, but he's still fucking just killing it in this movie. There's, one of the most wonderful things that brought tears to my eyes the first time I saw it, I'm choking up even just thinking about it, is when they were filming the 3rd act of Scream 4. I'm actually getting tears in my eyes. It's just so wonderful. Wes Craven he's on the roof of the house where they filmed, Kirby's house, where they filmed the ending to 4, and he's just walking around, and he's just looking out. It's almost like he knows this is like his last run around. That he almost knows like this is it for me, but like I'm killing it. I'm having a great time. This is fucking awesome. And he's just like, I don't know, it's just this wonderful little behind the scenes footage that somebody on the set got of him just walking around on the roof. And I can't tell if he's scouting out shit, if he's just looking around. He's just really taking in the moment is how it looks to me. And it's, oh God, just brings a tear to my eye every time I see it. I would have done anything to have met that man, to have met that man. He's really just inspired these wonderful things from my life. And God, I can't believe I'm tearing up just thinking about that, but great stuff, man. I love how everyone forgets the TV series when talking about their favorite Scream. I like the Scream series. I think seasons 1 and 2 are really well done, but it just doesn't compare to the movies for me. Like it's good. Actually, as far as teen drama horror shows go, fuck, dude. Scream might be the best. I mean, Scream might be number 1 when it comes to any of those things, for sure. But compared to the movies, man, it's tough. I don't think they come close to the movies, personally. Like, even Scream 3, I think, is better than the series. Just because you still got Gale Weathers, you still got Dewey, you still got Sidney in that movie, You have some good characters in the fucking Scream series, season 1 and 2. There's some good characters. There's some standout people. There's some really standout kills, too, speaking of that show. But none of it compares to how iconic some of the sequences from those original movies are, though. I don't know. I don't know. It's tough. I know some people really like the show, though. So, it's good. It's not bad. You say Cleveland sucks. Wes Craven, enough said. Yeah, Wes Craven's from Cleveland, so that's pretty fucking cool. A lot of horror people are surprisingly from Ohio. Oh, no, wait, he's not... No, Wes Craven is from Cleveland. I don't know why I thought Cincinnati for a second there, but I believe he is from Cleveland. I want to double check that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is, but 99% sure. Yep, Cleveland, Ohio on August 2nd, 1939. How about them apples? It's crazy. Crazy stuff, man. Oh, shit. Awesome shit. This is tough. This is real tough. Fuck. Oh, Steven Spielberg is from Cincinnati. You're right, Justin. That's what I'm thinking of. Yes. Yeah, you're right. Steven Spielberg is from Cincinnati. Crazy shit. But talking about this, which franchise do you like more, Scream or Halloween with specifically the current timeline? Ooh, horror nerd. That's really tough. So, first of all, let's just go movie by movie. You got Scream 1 and Halloween, which both movies I would argue are two of the most important horror movies ever made. Easily the most influential movies in the entire genre. I mean, fuck, there are not millions, that's ridiculous, but hundreds of movies that are influenced by both of these films. Hundreds, maybe even thousands of movies influenced by both of these movies. They're so important. Without these movies, I don't even know what the horror genre would look like right now. And then you have the sequel to both of them that are both have a little bit of problems, but they're still good. Scream 2's awesome. Scream 2 has some good points, and so does Halloween 2. Both have it's weird, very similar franchises. But I guess we're talking about current timeline. So let's talk about Halloween 2018 in comparison to Scream 2. Halloween 2018 is good, but it does have a few problems. I think the Sartain thing's a little weird. That's my one big thing about it, but the fucking score is amazing in Halloween 2018. I love that. I love the new characters. Love what they did with Laurie too. I think that's great. And then Scream 2, I think it's good. I don't like the ending at all, honestly. I don't care. I turn the movie off by the time we get to the Mrs. Loomis reveal. But I love the opening. That's so well done. The chase sequences are maybe the best in 2 as well. Has some really fucking scary moments too. As cheesy as that movie is, I think 2 has some really nice moments. Some of the series' best for sure. Same with Halloween 2018. Some of the best moments in the entire franchise are in Halloween 2018. The fucking when Allison sees the shape for the first time, and you get the fucking one of John Carpenter's best score, one of his best soundtrack songs ever. Amazing shit. But then you got Scream 3 and Halloween Kills, which I feel like is actually a pretty decent comparison, where the franchise really just goes off the rails in both of those times. Very divisive films. Some people fucking love Scream 3. Some people fucking love Halloween Kills. In fact, there are people out there who even think that those are the best from the franchise. No diss towards you at all, because those are amazing movies, and they do their own thing for sure. But I would say these are commonly frowned upon movies, both of these. It's the reason I'm focusing on this so much is because this is a great question, by the way. That's why I'm going so in depth here. Great stuff, horror nerd. Both of these movies are definitely very divisive and ones that maybe people don't love all that much, but I fuck with a lot. I got to go with Scream, though, my overall answer. I can't really compare Halloween Ends to Scream 4 because I haven't seen it yet. But I would say I fucking love both of these franchises, but I'm going to have to go with Scream overall. I really like these are the movies I watch the most, probably, even though original Halloween 2018, though, pretty neck and neck. Let me tell you that. Pretty neck and neck. But I definitely watch the Scream movies maybe a little more. So tough to say. What did you just say? Was that a negative, disparaging remark about my son? About my Billy? God damn, dude. God, that fucking movie. In my opinion, the season 3 of Scream is so much better than seasons 1 and 2. Ooh, I like these hot takes, Danny. Some good stuff. It's the closest to the films with Ghostface and Roger Jackson. I can't argue with that. I mean, you got the mask right. You got the Roger L. Jackson voice. It has some good stuff. I just don't like the characters as much. I wish I liked the characters more. I think that season could have been really, really good. But yeah, I don't know. I'm like whatever about it. I will admit though, season 3 was the one that I was probably the less the least invested in. I've gone back to seasons 1 and 2 of the Scream show to kind of clarify some things I wasn't 100% on. Scream 3 I kind of just watched once in one sitting. That's about it. I barely remember it, but I remember being like, okay, this is whatever, I was like whatever about it. But I will say that aspect of it, having actual Ghostface there, having Roger L. Jackson's voice, it brings something to the table that seasons 1 and 2 just simply don't have, which is that amazing performance, that iconic look. It feels more Scream than seasons 1 and 2 do, but I think I like the overall story of seasons 1 and 2 better, personally. So I get where you're coming from though, Danny. You definitely have an argument there. For sure. Sad to admit, but I just watched the Scream show for Bella Thorne. She a baddie. I'm just quoting this, by the way. Funny shit. Funny shit. Scream edges only because of Jennifer Jolie. Jennifer Jolie's great. She's great. She's awesome stuff. Are you excited about the Last of Us series coming to HBO in 2023? Absolutely. I just haven't done a video on it. I haven't had time. There's so much to fucking talk about horror-wise. There's like a big update every single day. Today was like the first time where I'm like, wow, I can kind of just stream and talk about whatever. There isn't anything super crazy going on today. So yeah, I'm really excited for this though. I love that original game. I played through it almost in 2 sittings. I beat that whole game because I was so enamored to that first one. I haven't had any time to play the second one, but I'm very excited to see that series though. I'm really, really pumped for it. The clickers look fucking spot on. I really like the trailer. I was really impressed by it. I'm excited for it, man. Great casting decisions too, I think, so far. I'm pumped to see it, man. It's gonna be cool. This has been in production for a while too, so I'm excited to finally just fucking see it. So, oh, holy shit, everybody! Oh, Ryan just became a YouTube member. Welcome to the KillJoy cult. We have some delicious refreshments for you, by the way. If you would like to maybe join in on some of that, drink the Kool-Aid. Have a firm sip from this glass. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome, Orion. Welcome to the wonderful KillJoy J cult. But just so you know, all channel members will be getting some brand new rewards this upcoming month. I'll have a video about it, probably on Saturday. Probably, who knows? I want to talk about the new shit that I've implemented for channel members and Patreon supporters that I rolled out this month. If you're already a channel member, whatever, I have like just a bunch of new stuff coming, essentially. If you're a Freddy tier patron, you're getting fucking spoiled for the rest of time, because I got a lot of cool shit coming every single month now, especially for my top tier patrons, like my Freddy tiers, like I was just saying. So Ghostface tier patrons get like a review video once a month, which is dope. That's just like bottom tier. Some good stuff though. I appreciate all my Ghostface tier patrons. Thank you. Jason tier patrons get a behind the scenes video where I go into some like YouTube tips and shit too. So if you want to start your own nerdy horror YouTube channel, I might be able to help you out with some of those videos. It's nice. I show you my editing process, how I come up with videos and all that, yada yada. It's cool. They're fun videos too. I also go into some deep hot takes on certain shit as well. And then my Freddy tier patrons get all that shit, as well as yet another review video, as well as a commentary track on a certain movie. So depends on, like, I'm not just going to do any movie for a commentary track. That's a bigger commitment. So I did Zombie 1979, which is my all-time favorite zombie movie for this past month. You can check that out right now. You can basically watch the movie with me there. So you get 2 reviews, behind the scenes video, and a commentary track if you're a Freddy tier patron. Pretty exciting shit. Go check that out. Check it out. Become a Patreon supporter or channel member. It's great stuff. So there you go. Brett is saying, what's your Scream fan film called, and when does it come out, and how can I watch it? Well, Brett, it's called Red Right Hand. I did a little proof of concept for it last year. A lot of people seem to like it because we got funded on Kickstarter, thank God, somehow. And now we have filmed essentially an entire 90-minute movie. I can't wait for you guys to see it. A few screenshots for you here. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't really show you too much, obviously. So this is just a few things we got. And it's a movie from the killer's perspective. It's focusing on Jamie here, this fucking asshole, who is the main Ghostface killer. And you see the mental process of what it's like to be a fucking Ghostface killer, essentially. So there's some more crazy screenshots here. Ghostface just giving a thumbs up or something, me looking fucking crazy. And you know, there's a lot of fun stuff to come from this film. It's gonna be great. It comes out December 20th on this channel, so you will not have to, no payment, nothing's free for everyone, December 20th. But if you want to see it a week early, all channel members, all Patreon supporters, and my Kickstarter supporters will see it a week before its release on December 14th. So we will have a trailer soon, so you guys can see more footage from it specifically, and not so much just random pictures I have from some of the cooler shots. So I can't really tell you too much more about it. I've already spilled the beans on some other crazy shit in past streams, but I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to be fun. You know, don't expect a masterpiece or anything. We made this for $5,000 and it's low budget as fuck, but we had a fucking blast making it, and I think it's really going to spin some heads, for sure. It's very different than anything else you've seen Scream fan film wise, at least, and I think for that it stands out. It's going to be fun. So I think you guys are going to like it. That's why I like when you give negative reviews on movies. I guess it gives weight to it. I am more convinced that it is a movie to be avoided at all costs. See, I try to have the same effect on movies I really like. I hope when I give a amazing, like when a good review, hopefully that inclines more people to go and watch it. Like, I almost don't want people to avoid movies I dislike. And sometimes I feel like I'm going too harsh on movies because, like, at the end of the day, someone put a lot of fucking work into whatever the fuck I'm shitting on here. And I'm just some asshole who went to the theater and saw it, you know? Like, it's kind of not fair. Like, I'm sure some people really liked Don't Worry, Darling. I think it was a waste of time and money for me personally, but some people probably really liked it. And I fucking love Florence Pugh. She's amazing. I just don't care for the director. I don't care for how they just rewrote what could have been an awesome script. But that's a whole thing that I kind of dive into in my review of that. But I'm sure some people love that movie. Like, I'm seeing a bunch of positive reviews for that. And I'm not going to shit on people for liking that movie. That's awesome. If you liked it, that's badass. All the power to you. All the power to you. If you had a fun time with the movie, I'm never going to shit on someone for that reason. But, you know, I just didn't. It's just my opinion. Just how I feel about it. Afternoon, Jake. Started a new channel, saw your live, thought I'd jump in and say hi. Well, welcome, Nightfall Cinema. Hope you're doing good with the new channel. I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check this out and see if you're putting out some good content. I'll have to check it out. Have to check out your channel at some point. Good luck to you, good sir, if that is you in your profile picture. I hope you're killing it. Hope you're having some good luck with the channel. And we got Craven Something Scary here. What is up? What's up, Steven? How's it going? I expect some exclusives for Red Right Hand on my channel. Well, Craven, I'm going to have to send you a little message here in a second because we got I think I know when the trailer's coming out. Got to confirm this with Matt, but I'm pretty sure the trailer is done, by the way. Trailer's done. Ready to go. And I think I know exactly which day. There's a perfect day that I feel like we should release it. Not going to tell you when, but Craven, I'll have to talk to you about this and maybe we'll unveil it over on your channel or something during a crazy live stream or some shit. So we'll just have to talk about that. If you guys aren't subscribed to Craven Something Scary, by the way, this is a very close friend of the channel. We stream together over on the Lethal Collective as well, which if you guys are not subscribed to the Lethal Collective, I don't even know what to tell you. We fucking stream every Monday and Friday before my streams. So if you're like, oh my God, I need some more horror talk from a very sweaty YouTuber, well, guess what? We got 4 sweaty YouTubers over on the Lethal Collective page, and we talk horror every Monday and Friday. So go subscribe to that page. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers too. We're nearly there. So go subscribe. It's gonna be sick. I'm gonna do a without context series on YouTube. I'm doing Jake first. Please, that would be hilarious. There's someone has a KillJoy Jake clips channel, which I think is fucking hilarious. So some really funny shit. Just some random out of context shit of me just being weird, which I think is funny. It's great stuff. Have you seen the new Call of Cthulhu movie trailer? It looks amazing. Oh, no, I have not, but I fucking love any H.P. Lovecraft shit, so I will absolutely have to check this out, for sure. I have you can't see it now, I took it off my set. I try to rotate stuff every now and then. I got the Halloween 3 mask on my set now, but I used to have this Call of Cthulhu Dr. Seuss book on my set, which I think is the funniest shit ever. I'll have to put that back on somewhere. I got it up on top of my shelf, this shelf. Right. I can't point. Pointing is really hard. But yes, I fucking love me some Lovecraft shit. Nearly 900 subs on Lethal Collective. I didn't even know it existed. I am so down. Well, there you go, Justin. Go subscribe. Like I said, 4 sweaty people, always talking about horror every Monday and Friday. We'll have a stream tomorrow, too. Gonna have to check it out. It's gonna be great. So let's talk future for a second. I brought this up to Night Watch a few days ago in the next Halloween timeline. I want to see a follow-up to H4 with Danielle Harris and Ellie Cornell. Well, I talked about this a little bit before. Listen, it's totally possible that something like this may happen, but I just don't know. I don't know if that's a possibility or not. I feel like studios are going to hear something like that and be like, there's not really any money in that, which is a shame. Because I would love to see something like that personally. That would be fucking dope. But would a studio greenlight that? I just don't know. I think for sure, though, what we could see is Danielle Harris coming back for a new Halloween film with a new timeline, possibly even like a remake of 4, essentially. Like something like that. That could work, in my opinion. Have the character of Jamie Lloyd back, played by Danielle Harris, just an older version of the character. That could be fucking sick. And it's still kind of a continuation to the original Halloween in its own right. Because I just feel like the studio isn't going to go for that. Maybe they do, though. Maybe I'm totally wrong, Danny. You know, maybe they do go for it and it's fucking awesome. You know, like that would be great. I just don't know. I feel like I feel like they might hear that and be like, okay, so you have to see the original Halloween and Halloween 4, and like Halloween's basically 1, 2, and 4 to have seen this new one. Like, I just feel like people aren't going to go for that. I feel like the studio's not going to go for that. I think it would be dope, and I would love Danielle Harris to be in a new Halloween film. I'm actually kind of shocked she wasn't a part of this new timeline, but whoever does, and Locked also makes a good point here too. Someone else is going to be doing it besides Blumhouse. It's going to be a different studio. So what does that mean? What does that mean for this franchise? Who's going to do it? That also determines my opinion on all of that. Once we find out who the next studio is too, then I'll probably be able to say like, oh yeah, that could happen. Depending on how lenient certain studios are about shit like that. Like, this won't happen, unfortunately, but if A24 were to do it, I bet they would make it like some kind of weird, crazy shit inspired by the Cult of Thorn trilogy for sure. I could totally see that happening. Did I say I totally could see that happening? Because I don't think A24 would touch that with a 6-foot pole. But if a crazy studio like that were to do it, I could see that happening. So, Taste Buds, I totally respect that you read the leaks. That's chill. But don't put it in the chat. Just don't spoil anything in the chat, because a lot of us want to be surprised. And hey, you know what? If it sucks, it sucks. But I don't want to know anything about it until I see it in the theaters. I want to just know exactly what Universal has intended for us to see, and that's about it. So it's fine if you want to spoil it for yourself. Go ahead, but just don't put it in the chat. That's all I ask. All I ask. Yeah, if Danielle Harris is in her 40s, and she looks amazing, by the way, if Grandma Lori can fight, so can Jamie. I agree. I totally agree. I think that would be fucking sick, actually. I think that's the big change we would need. That's the big change we need for... And Brian even makes a great point here. Danielle Harris is arguably the third most important actor involved. I would argue, yeah, she's probably the third most iconic, like, protagonist from all of these movies, for sure. Like... Obviously, you got Laurie Strode and Dr. Loomis and first and second, but man, I mean, fuck, dude. Danielle Harris, though, really iconic character. I mean, she plays a great character here. I'd love to see her come back for more Halloween action. What else does she do against a new Michael? Who would play Michael this time around too? Like if James Jude Courtney doesn't do it. Let's say we have because once again, actually, Justin makes a good point here, talking about senior citizen Michael Myers. Who would have thought? It works in this timeline, I think, because we're going against the Laurie Strode, who's also older. But I kind of want to see a younger Michael this time around, but just because we've already done the older version of Michael in this new movie. So I kind of hope that they do like I almost kind of want to see a remake of 4. That's more what I want to see. Less of a continuation, more of them like just kind of reiterating it. Maybe even it's set in the 90s or 80s or something. That could be kind of cool. I just don't want to see like, I don't know. I'm kind of done with the old Michael. Like we did that. We already did that. We did that for 3 movies. Let's do something else. Let's do let's do like a period piece, maybe even. I still think that, to me, the thing that I'm the most interested in is Ty West doing a 70s Halloween that takes place in the 70s. I think that would be fucking dope. If anyone would give us a fucking amazing Halloween movie, I think it would be Ty West. He's clearly very inspired by it, like the 70s era, just anything. He's so 70s with all of his movies. The way he shoots his movies, the music in his movies, the characters in his movies. I mean, not even, like, X is obviously, like, the most egregious example, but, I mean, go back and watch fucking House of the Devil. That is such a 70s movie. It's shot so 70s. The characters, it takes place in the fucking 70s. There's so much 70s nostalgia there that I fucking love. Are you getting sick of me saying the word 70s? Because I'm getting sick of it too. My name is Sidney Prescott. Of course I have a gun. I love that. Versus Come Get Me, motherfucker. Which final girl is more badass, Laurie or Sid? I mean, I personally prefer Sidney Prescott. Honestly, I think Jamie Lee Curtis is amazing. But I don't know. I've just always preferred Sidney Prescott as a character, I think. Although, like I said, the argument there, though, for me, is Jamie Lee Curtis has portrayed the character in so many different facets. Like, we've seen Laurie Strode go through the fucking ringer in multiple different occasions, multiple different versions. There's so many different iterations of the character, all portrayed by the absolutely wonderful Jamie Lee Curtis. But I think Sidney Prescott I'm a little more interested in, just from the badassery elements, I guess. I don't know. It's tough to say. But Laurie Strode, man, I mean, you can't fucking diss Jamie Lee Curtis. Her performance in all of these movies is pretty top-notch, I think. At least from my perspective. Do you think Roger L. Jackson will sign over his voice to be used for an AI for the future? I don't know. We'll probably have that technology maybe in the future at some point. But I don't know. Great question. Sydney has no idea who's against her. Lori knows it's always Michael. I think it'd be scarier to not know if one of your friends is your enemy. Yeah, that's a good point. Really good arguments. There's huge arguments for both sides. And I think this is another reason why I like Sidney Prescott. She's always had to figure out who this random new killer is. That's in itself kind of harder to figure out. So it's tough to say which one I like more. I mean, both are like top tier final girls though. You know what I mean? Like if there's a top 10 list, Sydney and Lori are 1 and 2, I think. It's kind of hard to throw anybody else up there, but I fucking love, Ellen Ripley. We're forgetting about Ellen Ripley, I think, guys. That might be a number 1 for me. I fucking love Sigourney Weaver. So tough to say. Hey dude, how's your day? I am fantastic. I'm having a great day. Just streaming a little bit before we go and see Smile here at 7:00. So I'm really excited to see that. I can't fucking wait to see that, dude. I'm so excited. Smile is one of those movies that I genuinely don't have a pinpoint on yet. I mean, the most, like 90% of the reviews I have read have been positive. I've seen one negative review, but mostly positive stuff about Smile. So I'm expecting it to be good. I'm trying not to go in with too high of expectations because it feels like it feels really familiar with the plot. Feels like something I've seen before, but it also could be something totally new and different. That's like, just feels familiar. Maybe not just copying stuff from the past, but just feels familiar like other movies. It's clearly set up like a stereotypical movie that I've like. It's set up like a movie I've seen a million times. I mean, The Fucking Ring, the Bye Bye Man, Truth or Dare. Like they're all set up the same way essentially. And Smile is set up that same way. But I guess the big thing that's going to be telling about Smile is if it's good, it's going to feel familiar, but does its own thing. And I think that's the case here. I really think that's going to be the case here. I think Smile's going to be good. I think I'm going to like it, but we'll just have to see. I really can't say yet. I haven't seen it. I'm hearing mostly positive things though, and I'm really fucking pumped for it. So it's been a good, Austin. It's not only been it hasn't just been a good 2 weeks of horror, not 3 weeks, but like a whole fucking year of good horror movies. Pretty much everything I've seen this year, besides like 3 or 4 movies, I would say, I have loved. I have really been impressed by every big new release that's getting talked about. There's only been like a handful of ones where I was like, yeah, you know. Like Nightfall Cinema is talking a little bit about Don't Worry, Darling. Like Twist was totally underwhelming, I think. I was expecting much more. I'm in the same boat. And Nightfall Cinema in the spoiler section. Actually, did I talk about this in the spoiler section or the spoiler free? I can't remember. The original script just sounded way more interesting and way more captivating, essentially capturing the same themes and motifs that this movie did, but in just a way more interesting way. Apparently, you know what? I'm not going to spoil it for people who haven't seen it. Had to catch myself there. But there's some shit that they were going to cross into with the original Don't Worry, Darling that would have been way fucking cooler, but the rewrites kind of bogged that movie down. I think that was an awesome idea for a movie that unfortunately just got bogged down by some crazy rewrites that I don't understand how those were justified. I would love to hear the argument for why they decided to implement some of the things that they did throw in there. Like Chris Pine's character, for instance, if you've seen the movie, trust me, this isn't spoiling anything if you haven't either. Chris Pine's character wasn't in the movie at all. He was just a figurehead character that was looming in the background, which would have made way more sense to me. I don't understand why Chris Pine was even in the movie. I love him. He's a great actor. I think I love him as Captain Kirk in the Star Trek movies, but I don't really understand why his character was in the movie. He serves no purpose to the entire storyline at all. Not really a spoiler either. That doesn't really spoil the surprise of that movie. They Slash Them is obviously the #1 horror movie this year. Best kills I've ever... No argument there, Locked. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, God. That one. What a movie. Ooh. Taste buds, I don't know, man. I love the original Halloween. Taste buds is saying original Halloween is overrated. Don't get me wrong, it's incredible, but not as good as some say. I don't know, man. It's a movie I go back to a lot. I've watched it countless times. Just the 4K I bought almost a year ago now. I've watched that probably 5 or 6 times since I've owned it. To me, sound design and characters and a good plot line and the fucking score from that movie, it just feels like I'm falling into a very familiar universe every single time I watch that original. Like 2018 kind of captures that a little bit. The sequel does too. My problem with Halloween 2 is the score is just a little different from the original, and it's just not as good in my opinion. I do like it though. It's still a good score. Not bad, just not the same as the original. And Halloween 2018 I think is the only other movie in that whole franchise to really capture that. And to really capture that same like immersive feeling that you have with that original movie. So I don't know. I really fucking love that movie. It's one that will always be close to my heart. It's so iconic. But everyone's entitled to their own opinion though, of course, you know. I got the impression that Pine's character was solely for exposition. And that's it. You would think Nightfall Cinema, I would love to talk with you about this somewhere where we can't spoil this, but man, I have some thoughts on his fucking character. That ending. That's all I'm going to say. Goddamn, dude. So frustrating. What if Blumhouse keeps the rights to make more films, but in different timelines? And how about Derek Mears as Myers? He did awesome as Jason. I love that, actually. I think that would be sick. I'm okay with that. I kind of want to see another studio tackle it though. I feel like Blumhouse is kind of becoming the Disney of horror, which is kind of my thing. I don't know. I would like to see another studio tackle it essentially. And Blumhouse is already pretty serious about that. I love the idea of different timelines though. I would love to, if they do something else, I don't want them to continue after Ends. I want them to start a new timeline. If there's more Halloween films, which there most certainly will be. Don't even think that's an argument at this point. I think there definitely will be more. I hope it's a different studio and I hope it's a different timeline. And fuck, I hope Derek Mears is Michael Myers. That'd be fucking sick. I would like to see him come back and play some horror villains, man. I love Derek Mears. He's awesome. The Nightmare Corner is here, which, once again, I was talking about these awesome guys earlier in the stream. I will be on the Nightmare Corner tomorrow night at 10 p.m. So help me God, nothing is going to stop me from being there because I, unfortunately, blew this channel off a few times. I'm so sorry about that. But we're going to be there Friday night. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Happening. I have cleared my schedule tomorrow night to be there. So 10 o'clock tomorrow night. Check it out. Nightmare Corner. Thank you so much for I appreciate it. Thank you for liking my little cap here. Keep slashing. Hell yeah, dog. Hell yeah. Where would you take the future of the Friday the 13th movies? Looks like a new film may be coming soon. We talked about this a little earlier in the stream, but I can reiterate. I fucking love the ideas that are in those original 4, even 5 and 6, 1 through 7 of Friday. I love 1 through 7. And I think the big thing behind those movies is they only really tweaked like 1 or 2 things every single time. They just made like 1 or 2 things different through movies 1 through 7. And honestly, I can get behind that. So with a movie that is going to be the 13th installment in the Friday the 13th franchise, I feel like they should do something that's familiar while once again just twisting 1 or 2 knobs. I'm totally okay with that. I really like that. That's what they did in those movies. They kept getting more bonkers than the last, while still having this familiar feel. Like it's always at a summer camp for the most part. And I like that. I would set a new Friday the 13th at a summer camp. You got Jason with the hockey mask, and he's fucking crazy. Maybe like a Derek Mears version of the character, where he's running around, he's still got the iconic look. Obviously, Derek has the fucking bag over his head at the beginning of the movie. I would probably go straight up hockey mask Jason, just because I feel like the remake has already done like those homages to 2 and then 3 by him finding the mask and all that. I probably wouldn't repeat that beat, just because that's been done already in the remake and in fucking in 3 and 2 and all that. But I would probably, the big thing I would change though, the big knob I would twist is focus all of your writing power into the characters that Jason is killing this time around. Because a big negative about the Friday franchise I have personally is those characters are so forgettable. There's really only a handful of movies where I'm like, oh shit, these characters are fucking awesome. Like Tommy Jarvis, great character. I think Ginny from part 2, great character. A lot of the characters in 4 too. That's why 4 is one of my favorites, is because the characters stand out so much in that movie opposed to the others. I would focus all of my efforts into writing some goddamn interesting characters. Just like in like X style characters where you got some really outrageous, unforgettable characters. Big thing I would do, that's the big knob I would twist. It looks like I'm pinching a nipple or something when I'm doing this, but that's the knob I would twist if I was in charge of the Friday the 13th franchise, and keep mostly everything similar to the past and have it have a familiar feel to it while also using some more like modern filming techniques. That's essentially what I would do, and that's kind of what I'm hoping for and expecting from the new Friday the 13th. Maybe not getting super specific, nothing too super specific I really want to see from it, but I just hope it's a good movie. I just hope it's a nice return to form. It's a big thing I'm expecting from a new Friday film. Hopefully we get one next year, and I'm just, regardless, super fucking excited for more Friday. Whatever we get, it's just going to be cool to see Jason on the big screen again, more than anything. The character writing is absolutely why David Gordon Green should have done Friday the 13th. His style would be perfect. I agree. I think the way him and like Danny McBride, they write characters and shit, it would definitely work with Friday the 13th, I think, for sure. I really want to see something similar with a new Friday film. Maybe not exactly the same, but I want to see those. I want to see characters that are like, you can laugh at one moment with them and then you can be terrified the next moment because they're getting chopped up into little tiny bits. That's what I want to see from the characters. Something similar to a David Gordon Green style, a similar approach. I don't want a requel though. I'm not looking for a Friday requel. I don't think we need to have old man Jason coming out, going up against fucking Tommy Jarvis or, whatever, doing the Halloween 2018 thing. I don't think we need that from Friday. I'll actually be kind of disappointed if we do something like that. I just want a straight up Jason movie where he's killing a bunch of camp counselors and have those characters be very interesting. That's the one knob I hope that they turn, and that's about it. I'm not asking for too much. I'm really not. Crispin Glover should return. Hell yeah, dude. That would be fucking awesome. I don't care that he died in part 4. We need him to come back with Kevin Bacon. Again, I know they died, but I don't care. My question here is, when the fuck has the Friday movies ever been consistent with their timeline? I mean, my God, those things are all over the place. I have no idea what the fuck is happening throughout that timeline, so I don't really care. That's something I feel like you can just throw to the wind. Just give me fucking Jason killing a bunch of people, and you don't have to over-explain it. Like, well, what? Is this a continuation of the original? What's going on here? You don't need to explain that. The Friday films I don't need a Friday requel that's like super smart and meta and all that shit. I'll be kind of disappointed. They don't need to go that far into it. I just want a simple slasher flick where it's Jason killing a bunch of teenagers. I'm not asking for much. Give me some really good looking practical effects and fuck, that's a Friday movie in my opinion. So, like I said, not asking for too much. Yeah, and I like when it's a little cheesy too. Give me a little bit of cornball action there too, man. That's fucking cool, man. Not asking for too much from a new Friday film. So the first like three or four apparently take place over the same weekend in Friday the 13th, which is like, what the fuck? Yeah, seriously. Like, I don't know how to, yeah. I feel like you can throw that to the wind. Anybody trying to make sense of all of those movies and trying to make a continuation past like the remake or something where they all take place in a timeline, I don't want to see that. We don't need to do that. We don't need a requel. We don't have to go so heavy into the lore of it all. I just want to see fucking Jason killing a bunch of camp counselors. Then if you want to do some crazy shit based off of that with like a story and a sequel or something to that film, okay, hey, I'm all about it. But I think honestly all we need is just something that's fun. Something that's fun. Jason killing people. Make it simple. Don't overcomplicate it by doing the requel thing. Just give us simplistic shit like that. Because there's, besides Tommy Jarvis and like Ginny and all that, there's a few standout characters from the Friday films, but nobody where I'm like, oh, we gotta bring them back for some kind of requel. I just want to see, give us all new characters. That's really what I'm looking for from a new Friday film. I don't think they need to follow the same routes that the other movies in the space right now are following. And that would also make a new Friday film really stand out. Just playing into what was so great about those past movies and not really following any trends. Just give me old school Friday the 13th. That's what I'm looking for with this new film. Obviously I feel very differently about every franchise. I've said that many times here. But that's all I'm looking for. I'm just looking for Jason killing a bunch of camp counselors for a new movie in the series. Especially since it's like the 13th film, too. It's like, this is literally Friday 13. I mean, this should feel like an overture of the entire franchise as a whole. So give me your simplistic setup. Give me some nods to the past movies. But give me a fucking, like I said, just give me Jason killing camp counselors. Not asking for much. All right, everybody. I am going to peace out because your boy's got a 7 o'clock movie I gotta make because I'm fucking excited for Smile. Cannot wait for that. But I just want to say I love you all so much. You guys are amazing. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chilling. Womp Stomp should absolutely be in charge of a new Friday film. Cannot stress that enough. And don't forget to kill it out there, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me on this Thursday morning. We'll be live again tomorrow. I'll have a review of Smile tomorrow morning, and I'll be also on the Nightmare Corner tomorrow night at 10 p.m. So check out all that shit tomorrow. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Don't forget to kill it out there. Peace out.